I don't know why I'm doing live streams because nobody pays attention to me anyway, especially like that last one. But that last one was to pass on information. This one is a little more interesting. The interesting thing about this is I just went through Austin, Texas on Interstate 35 heading south. I'm 295 miles away from Hidalgo. That's where I got to deliver, which is at the close to the southern tip of Texas, the very southern tip. It's like about 15 miles north of McAllen, which is right there at the border of Mexico at the Rio Grande. I'm going to tell you about the significance of this. Uh, I'm not a particularly a fan because I've never seen any of them. There's the Fast and Furious movies, okay? Now, they had just released Fast and Furious 7, okay, on DVD, and they had already said there would not be any more, okay? Uh, it was in the theaters for like, a few months, and then they released it on DVD. And when they released it, Fast and Furious 7 on DVD, they said there wouldn't be any more because of that dude dying in a car accident. One of the actors, I can't remember his name. He was one of the main characters of the movies. He ended up dying, but he ended up having a twin brother, an identical twin brother. Anyway, they said there wasn't going to be any more, and the day it released it on DVD, because you're either subject or subjected to knowing things, because they'll make sure that you know about it, even if you don't care about it. I was on this highway right here for 3 hours, and it didn't move. And nobody knew what was going on. We had the radios on, everybody was talking. And it's like, okay, what's going on up ahead? We were sitting on this highway for 3 hours. I do know this. By doing that, it cost them a lot of money to do that because they had to hold commerce up for 3 hours. Not everybody's working like in the four-wheelers that they're going to and from. But me, I'm working. If you're in a truck, we're working. We didn't get paid nothing to sit there and wait for them to film a portion of the movie. And they were making Fast and Furious 8, in which they already said they weren't going to make anymore. Well, they did anyway. Yes, there was a scene in the movie in Fast and Furious 8 that they filmed right here on I-35, and I was stuck on this highway for 3 hours. Hey, Mimi. Yeah, that part of the interstate here in Texas, I was stuck on this interstate for 3 hours so they could film Fast and Furious 8. There was a scene that they did on the interstate, well, it was right here. After they had just said they weren't going to make any more after 7. Now, over here to my left is a small town called Granger, Texas. If you're familiar with the newer movies of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the newer ones that came out, in the past 10 years, the house that you saw in that movie is about 2 miles to my left off the interstate here. And that's where that was filmed. And yes, people do live there, and it is an operating farm. They had to put a fence up and make it a gate, and it's locked to stop people from wandering onto their property. And they put up warning signs. We will shoot you if you trespass on this property. Here in Texas, they take trespassing very seriously. And Texans, they're just begging to shoot somebody because every one of them's got a dozen guns. They love guns down here. Even though they probably can't shoot worth a shit. But you can take pictures from the roadway there. They say, do not come on this property. And I kind of agree with them a little bit because that's got to be aggravating, fans of the movie just wandering onto your porch and all over your house and everything. I'd be like, what are you people doing here? This is my house. Get away from here. And now the classic, we'll call the older ones, the classic Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. That White House that you see in the classic from the '70s. That White House is not located originally where it is. It is a restaurant. They moved that house, I think, like 30 miles away into Kingsland, Texas. They moved it there and they made it a restaurant. They moved the whole house. It was ridiculous. The location where there are fans that visit that location where the house originally was. That's about 50 or 60 miles to my left. And that's where the original classic one was filmed. Hey, dude, when's that car got to be back? I know you can't afford that BMW. Not in this economy, anyway. Yeah, they take it very serious down here in Texas. Anywhere else in the country, people really don't care. They'll post no trespass sign. People do it anyway. But down here in Texas, oh yeah, they take it very serious. Right now, I'm between Austin and San Antonio. They call it San Antone for short. And the historical significance of San Antonio is that's where the Alamo is located. And I have a sixth great grandfather that fought at the Alamo. His name was Corporal Robert G. Moore. So that means I can do the reenactments that they do because my friend of mine that I grew up with, Danny, lives here in McGregor, and he knows some of his friends that he made in high school when he moved down here. They do reenactments because their ancestry, leads them to that. And if you're part of the lineage of the 200 men that fought at the Alamo, you get that gives you your golden ticket to be able to participate in the reenactment. They wouldn't want me. I said, Danny, they would not want me there because me, I'd make jokes about it. I would do it, but I'd make jokes about it, but I'd be truthful about it, how I would have reacted. Fighting at the Alamo, you're, 200 men facing off, 3,000 of Santa Anna's army back in the day. It's going to be a slaughter. And I would have been like, screw you guys. Here's my rifle and powder. I'm going to go have some, what's that word I'm looking for? I'm going to go have some fajitas and some Jose Cuervo with those Mexicans over there and have a good time. Screw you guys. I ain't dying here. I'm going to have some Jose Cuervo and some fajitas. Screw you guys. And if I had to do the fighting, I'd probably say, don't let them over that wall, boys. They'll have this place sheetrocked in an hour and a half. Hey, Buddha. It's good to see you here. Good to see you guys. I'm sorry if I can't read your chat. I glance over to look at names, and that's all I can do because I got to keep my eyes on the road, my hands on the wheel, and on the stick. Yeah, I got ancestry for the Alamo. I got two six great grand uncles that fought in the Lexington and Concord during the Revolution, but they have a different last name. They were on my grandmother's side, and they were called the Beemans. The last name was Beeman. The Beemans, the Bames, and the Beckers. And I'm like, Guys, you want us to fight and die for a clay building in the middle of the desert? Because at that time, there was nothing here. And I'd be like, there we go. Thanks for staying with me, guys. I didn't realize that I dropped signal there. Thanks for staying with me, though. No telling what's going to happen along here. But like I was saying, what was I saying? I glanced over and noticed I lost signal. I'm headed down to Hidalgo, Texas, along the border there. Yeah, I try to come back if I did. What was I talking about before I lost signal? I had a brain fart here. Because if y'all remember and say something, and I remember what I was, my thought that I was trying to convey. Me, I would really love to be a part of the reenactment of Little Bighorn because I'd be on the side of the Indians slaughtering the 7th Cavalry. One of the greatest moments in American history was when the Sioux and the Cheyenne, led by Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull, slaughtered the 7th Cavalry at Little Bighorn. Hi, Josh. And it's not true, even though some history books say that they didn't. They showed him a little respect and mercy and gave him a mercy killing, but they didn't They didn't scalp him. They did not scalp General Custer, but they did give him a mercy killing, though, which was better than what he deserved for all the genocide he was guilty of. And what I mean by that is you have to read the book Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. When you read that, that's a true story, by the way. It's a historical significance. When you read about that, you won't have no sympathy for the 7th Cavalry. Not at all. What do I think of the Middle East War? My last live stream, I discussed that, Ellie. You'll enjoy it if you go back and watch it. Yes, I tried to not get agitated because of the ignorance of people here in the West. They're very ignorant of what is going on over there. And they don't know what happened June 8th, 1967 to the USS Liberty. If they were to find that out, that's why I asked them, do you support our military or do you support Israel? You can't support both. Even though Americans try to pull it off so well, you have to be either or. Because of what happened June 8th, 1967, and what happened to the survivors afterward, the sailors and Marines. That was despicable. And our leadership at the time was despicable at the same time. They didn't realize that, and people didn't realize we were 3 minutes from dropping a 10 megaton nuclear weapon on Cairo because of that incident. Because Everybody was in the dark of what happened at first. They didn't realize that it was Israel that attacked us. And yes, it was not an accident. They knew it was an American ship. It was during their 6 Day War. They did that as a false flag to drag us into their 6 Day War, which was against international law. But it's not talked about. And usually when I talk facts, a lot of people run away because they don't want to hear it. Even and hey, it was painful for me to hear too. And that should tell you about our educational system over here, how defective it is. You don't think information isn't kept from us or we're getting false information? Yeah, it's been going on for many years. Oh, and Ellie, you'll find their videos right here on YT. Just type in June 8th, 1967, USS Liberty, and you'll get the whole story. And type in survivors. You got to listen to those surviving Marines and Naval. They're still alive today, a bunch of them. And they'll tell you that was no accident. Because some people dismiss it as an accident. No, it wasn't. Oh, okay. Thank you, Buddha. I can't look at it right at this moment. I'm going to try to stop off here in the next few minutes, 20, 30 minutes, and get a coffee somewhere. But I had to change my clothes back into shorts, man. It's hot down here. You know, it was fall weather where I was. You know, I put on pants and everything, warmer clothing. I knew as soon as I passed Austin, Texas, it was going to get hot again. The good thing is I get stopped down to Hidalgo. I'm shut down all night. I'm going to go across the border and get some real Mexican food. Oh, yeah. You people, the ones that don't know, if you ever cross that border into Mexico and get the food down there, you won't eat at that Taco Bell shit anymore. Or Chipotle. You'll learn pretty quickly that's not Mexican. No, you get the real deal down there, the tortillas. Oh, yeah. I even like to amaze the Mexicans. I'll eat a raw jalapeno and they'll be looking at me and their eyes will get real big. They're like, oh, he's got some balls, this thing. No, where I grew up in Chicago, our next door neighbor was Juanita. She used to make tortillas with the old broomstick handle. That's old school there. And I was eating raw jalapenos as a kid. Now I know it'll burn the hell out of people who aren't used to it, but hell, I'm immune. And so is probably Buddha. Yeah, and all those people that talk bad about what's going along the border, I said, I have not met anybody that did not like Mexican food. And if you don't, you're a damn lie because I've never met anybody that didn't like Mexican food. And when you go down across the border and you get a real tortilla, oh yeah, you're like, screw that, I ain't eating Taco Bell anymore. And Buddha, I found it. It was buried in my cabinet where I put my clothes in. It was on the bottom. I don't know how it got down there, but I finally found my old mask, the one that I bought when the lockdowns happened, the pandemic. I could not find anybody. It was the only one they had, and I bought it, and it just stood out to me, and I bought it. It was the Mexican flag on it. And when I'd come down here and I would wear it during the lockdowns or, the mask mandate, I would wear it, and all the Mexicans would look at me strange, and their looks on their face was priceless. They're like, "You're not Chicano." I'm like, and I take the mask down. I'm like, "No." I wore it as a message, yes, to show everybody who I am. meaning I'm not bothered like a lot of other groups of people about the Mexican peoples. They're Americans just like we are. So I keep telling everybody we're the melting pot of the world. But in truth, well, one other truth, one of my friend drivers that I trained, Michael Brink, was from Baltimore. He goes, "No, you also wore it just to be a pain in the ass to start shit." I'm like, hey, hey, at least I was the only half gringo in this country that had the balls to do that. I have not met anybody else that wore a Mexican mask during the pandemic. I was the only one. That's why the term comes up. Oh, it's got some balls, this thing. Gotta admit, I sound real good, don't I, Buddha? See, I made a lot of friends with him. That's why my friend said, you don't need to know Spanish. You only need to know one word, cerveza. And it puts a smile on their face every time. And I made a lot of friends doing that. Cerveza? Oh, sí. Gracias. But one thing I have learned is this. Give me a Latina and a Filipina, and you have them stand next to each other. I bet you none of you would know which one was who. The only difference is when they speak. One speaks Tagalog, the other one speaks Spanish. But by looking at them, you wouldn't know the difference. Yeah, I still had a lot of childhood friends that were of Latino descent, and they were great. That's why I don't regret where I grew up. It was like the freaking UN where I grew up. Everybody was totally different from everybody else, whether it be religion or race or whatever. That's why we all talk to each other. He goes, "Do you think what they did there was an experiment?" It worked out well because a lot of us, when we grew up there and then we moved away to other parts of the country, we felt way out of place because the way we grew up over there, we thought that was, the norm. We thought that was everybody. But we started hearing from everybody, well, we can't hang around with this person because this person is black or this person's Mexican or this person's Jewish. And we're like, so? It took us a while to figure out, so what? Why does that bother you? And then when we learned about racism, we're like, this is disgusting. Uh, but we're trying to get out of the caves. We're still in the caves. We're still trying to get out. Because I believe what Red Fox said, the comedian Red Fox, he said it so well. That's why we can't advance. All these idiots are holding us back. Can't advance to that next step in our evolution of humanity to make humanity better for everybody. I mean, we don't forget about our history. We don't whitewash it. We tell the truth, even if it's good and bad. We learn from our history, and it's like, hey, let's not do this again, or let's not let this happen again. Because basically, that's the only way you learn is you stub your toe. Just like when we were children, socially we did stupid shit. Like when I was a little boy, pulling the girls' pigtails in kindergarten, or putting plastic wrap on the girls' toilet seats in the girls' bathroom. Sure, it's funny shit now, but I wouldn't do it now. That was the stupid shit we did when we were boys. But no, I just figured I'd do a little bit of live stream. Nobody's doing a live stream that I know of anyway. So I was like, what the hell? I'll do one. Nobody's talking to me. I figured I'd do one here, show you guys where they filmed Fast and Furious 8 on I-35 here. And back and to my left behind me was where the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house is. And in the newer movies, not the classic. The classic ones are a lot closer towards Houston. It's about like I said, 50 miles from my location to my left because it's not in its original location. They lifted that house up and moved it, I think like 30 miles, and they made it into a restaurant. Oh boy. God damn it. This is getting rough. Hmm. Oh boy. Let me see if I can do this here. Everybody, somebody can help me out here. All right. I did that. All right. Hang on one second, guys. I'm going to do this. That way I can have somebody help me here because nobody's doing a live stream. There's a StreamYard link if you want to come up because I don't want to do all the talking, even though I can do that, but I don't want to bore everybody because everybody will show up just for a little while and then leave. Let's see here. There we go. I can see somebody that pops up here. I won't be able to see the chat for a while unless somebody clicks on the link that comes up and join in the conversation. Time to have a lucky. San Antonio is also famous for having the Spurs, the NBA basketball team. Now, originally, the San Antonio Spurs, when you looked at their basketball court, you thought you would think that you were at a nightclub because they had the weirdest colors back in the day. Yeah, I don't do as many live streams, but Ellie touching on that subject, I kind of try to avoid it. But when people make me talk about it, I will. And like I said in my video of it, the last live stream I did, it was a few days ago. A lot of Americans do not know what the Semite, being Semitic is. The Semitic peoples is everybody in the Middle East, whether they be Muslim, Jewish, or Christian. The Semitic is like calling me a Caucasian or white. In the Middle East, they're Semitic, all of them, not just Jewish people. So I'm pro-Semitic. Being Jewish is not a race. That is a religion. But it escapes the minds of everybody, especially here in the West. And I have a lot of Jewish friends, like I stated in that video, especially my father. His best friend was Jewish. His name was Ira Levine. You can't get any more Jewish than that. Yeah, my dad used to send him a Christmas card, and he would send him a Hanukkah card. Those two were funny together. They really were. Oh, boy. I'll come back to that, see what else is there. But when that's why I was telling Buddha in that video also, my family, when you look at it, my grand family, it's not a family tree. It's a freaking fruit salad because of all the different cultural backgrounds that are in it. I got black people in the family, and we have a Filipino because my cousin Billy married a Filipino about 20 years ago. They got 3 daughters. They're all grown up. I'm half native, 1/4 German, 1/4 Irish. We got Dutch. We got all that. That's why I say my family's a fruit salad. I think out of all of it, we're missing. Um, she's the only Asian, is my cousin's wife. I think, believe her name is Reitz, if I remember correctly, because I only met her once, and I met his kids. But I tell you what, I have to say it's kind of fun being raised in a multicultural family. That's where I learned that line from. Is the melting pot of the world. My dad put an arm around that lady and go, "Hey, darling, would you like to melt together?" So let's go melt together. I can see why people call me crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm well versed in a lot of knowledge, and I like to share it. And I'm very critical. Hey, when's that BMW convertible got to be back? I know you didn't buy that car. Not in this economy, anyway. Unless you're a daughter or son of a senator or some shit like that, or a billionaire. Yeah, I just came out here to let y'all know what I'm doing, see what everybody else is doing, see if anybody would join in, carry on conversation, I guess, because nothing's going on. Nobody was doing a live stream. I didn't have anybody to talk to. I said, screw it. Plus, I get to show everybody this part of Texas. Oh, by the way, that's not true. Everything is not big in Texas. That's an old wives' tale. Can't move over. Ah, the Cibalaro Valley. I'm sure if I keep coming down here regularly, I'd become more and more fluent in Spanish. Regularly. Mm. Damn, it's almost 80 degrees. I mean, where I was in Missouri and Illinois and all that, the highs was like 52, and it'd get down to in the 40s at night. I'm just glad I'm not. For like 2 months, I was in 100-degree weather and just couldn't get away from it. That was disgustingly hot. I mean, if we're running temperatures hotter than the Philippines, that's not normal. I'm just gonna have this live stream and just let her go. Excuse me. Oh, and there's a certain person that if they come in here and while I don't know it, or if they see the replay, I wanted to apologize for my behavior night before last because that's not normal. Um, I wasn't angry. I was just very frustrated, and there is a difference. Even though it may have been like I may have been angry, but no, no, no. I was just very frustrated. I'll give you an example. This is the euphemism I use. If you had diarrhea for almost 2 years and have been holding it in, you got to respect somebody that could do that. Ready to explode. To the foreigners, to the Filipinos. That's what we call a euphemism. It's using an example of something else to describe what I'm trying to describe. And you had the opportunity to say something, but didn't, out of respect. And now it doesn't matter anymore because I got to hold it in longer. Oh, I got somebody up here. There we go.
Hey,
There we go. Now I got somebody to talk to.
what's up? How you doing?
And oh, I'm doing great. It's good to hear you again, Buddha.
Yeah, it's good to see you. I know it's been a while.
Yeah. Hey, we're having the second annual Murad Halloween costume contest. You should join in. It's on Darren's live stream. I'm
Yeah,
sponsoring it. Lots of prize money.
yeah, but the thing is, I don't dress up for Halloween. Remember, I told you.
Yeah. So does this other individual. And I tried to tell him this has nothing to do with religion.
No, it's not religion. I don't dress up with. I don't dress up.
Yeah. I told him what it is the cultural keeps shifting. It's shifted to a children's holiday where they just dress up and get candy. That's basically all it
Yeah,
is.
for the kids.
But it originally started about 3,000 years ago in Northern Ireland with the Celtics, and it was
Uh-huh.
called Samhain. You know, it
Is it
predates the Bible by 1,000 years.
okay? And then I
When
forget.
it
Is
came
it
here,
what happened when it came here? What?
when it came here to the United States during the colonial days, when it was brought here by the Irish, and they all became farmers, the culture shifted and changed the holiday to celebrating the harvest because right now all the farmers are harvesting their fields, and that's a lot of work. You know, you can imagine they didn't have
Right.
farm equipment back then. It took a lot of work to harvest the crops. And then when they got done, what do a lot of men do when they had a hard day's work? Hey, they crack open a few or whatever, cook some food, scratch their nuts, have a good time.
Right.
It was to celebrate the harvest when it came here to America, and they changed the name to All Hallows Eve because it originally was Samhain, and it was actually celebrated November 1st because That's the day where the spiritual world and our world are
Yes,
closest together.
yes, they are. That's
That,
why I don't celebrate Halloween.
yeah, well, and the
Most
costumes you wore was to scare away the evil spirits.
right, cause he said my dad told me as for children, it's Dia de las Brujas in Mexico. That's hailed mainly as a children's festival on
Yeah.
Halloween, and then like the first and the second, but the second is mainly like All Souls Day, the Day of the Dead.
Well, that's the Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah,
Did I
Dia
say
de
that
las
right?
Mu- is Dia de las Muertas. Yeah, Dia de los
But
Muertos.
that's in November, though. They have that.
It's
That's like their
it's on
version
the
of Memorial
second,
Day.
right? The
Oh, oh,
thirty
it is.
first, the 31st is Dia de las Brujas, the Day of the Witches, where all the children can wear off the evil. And then Dia de los Muertos is on the second. But my dad said it's from October 31st to the
Mm-hmm.
second. It starts on the 31st, he said. And I
And
said,
we're
what is Dias de la Muertos? I told him. And he was like, that's the day that the dead walk among us. I said, what? I said,
well,
what?
what I learned about the Dia de los Muertos is this. I learned it from the movie Blood In, Blood Out. When Cruz
Yeah.
visited his brother's gravesite, pulled the boxing
Yes.
gloves out, and poured
Yes.
a couple of shots of tequila.
Hmm. Yeah, my dad sat me down, told me to watch Blood In, Blood Out. I'm like, what?
It That's a good movie.
And then he's like, you'll like it and you'll understand
Yes.
your heritage and you'll get with it. So at the end of the movie, I told my dad, so we vato locos.
But believe
I
it or
was
not,
like,
that the
orale.
the
Uh,
actor there that was white in
yeah,
real life, it's true. His mother is as brown as you are, but his father was white. That's true,
right,
and
right,
they
yeah,
implemented that into the story, and I thought that was so cool.
yeah.
I think when he
That's
told him,
what.
"How would you feel if your skin came out, but I'm brown on the inside?"
Yeah, that's why I told you in the chat. I was because I don't remember exactly what his name was. Was it Melky or Paco? I don't.
Miklo, Miklo.
Miklo. There you go. Miklo. Not Melky. Miklo. Okay. Yeah, his mom was Hispanic and my father is very brown. And
Uh
when
huh.
he goes out in the sun, people thought he was black. Yeah, so then they were like, "Oh, you're black white?" I said, "No, my mom's Puerto Rican. I have no white." And then he goes, "Oh." The classmate goes, "Oh, but your mom's white." I said, don't let her hear you say that cuz she'll knock you out." I
Mhm.
go, "She don't like people calling her white. She's tired of it. She's Puerto Rican." And then
Well,
people tell her, "Oh no, for real, where you from?"
Puerto Ricans tend to have lighter skin than all the others.
Yeah.
Look at Alexandria Ocasio Cortez. She's Puerto Rican, but she looks
Right, but see
and
the
she
the
speaks Spanish, all of it. She's
yeah, but then you got the other Puerto Ricans like my landscaper, the gardener. He's Puerto Rican, and he
uh
he told my mom, "Tú eres boricua?" He goes, "You're Puerto Rican?" He goes, "Oh, I thought you were American. I thought you were white." I said, "Oh shit. Oh my god, that's a
being Puerto Rican, you are American. It's
right
just they're a state. They're just not a state
because
of the union.
right because the United States promised them some citizenship in some year. My mom told me all about it, but
Yeah,
my
it's the
mom was
rich
born in
white
Puerto
dudes that
Rico. Yeah.
they don't want to make it an official state of the union. It's a state in the United States. It's just not a state of the union, and that's the difference.
Oh,
They
okay.
need to make it a state or let them go and be their own independent country. But in my
Did you?
opinion,
Uh huh.
In my opinion, we should make them a state, a full-fledged state of the union, because of our colonization of them and all the shit that they've been through.
Okay, my question is, I recently saw, because my mother was looking at what states the United States have for her to do her. It starts with a C, license, because she's a BSN, and she wants to work in all the states. So right now she
But she
only
could be a
has
traveling
Florida.
nurse. They make good.
Right.
They make good money.
Well, right now she only has Florida, so she has to get her something C license to work in all the
Uh,
states, and then
well,
she was looking it up, and Hawaii was part of the United States, and
yeah.
it said that Hawaii doesn't accept nurse's license. The
Uh
C,
huh.
I don't know what it is,
Yeah,
continental or something.
but they haven't waived it yet. They waived that to where any if you're a certain registered nurse anywhere, you can
Uh
go
huh.
anywhere. That started during the pandemic, and they haven't waived it yet. You could still go freely from state to state without having to have a certification from that state.
Are you sure? Cause she looked it up
Yeah, because
because
they
we're
haven't.
moving to North Carolina.
I don't know if they had waived it yet officially
Okay, cause yeah, that's
because
the whole reason why we're still
they're
stuck
needing.
here.
Yeah, they're needing nurses everywhere.
Oh shit. That's
That's
why I
why
told
I'm
my
like,
mom.
open the door to the Philippines. They got a lot of nurses. Bring them over here.
Oh my goodness. That's sad. They're allowing a lot of people from a lot of countries come here on visas,
Yeah.
but the
Well,
Philippines is not allowed.
they did it in Canada. Why? That's why Canada is full of nurses that are Filipina.
That's why I
Darren will
don't
tell you that.
understand. That's why I don't understand. What's because the United States recently released something, because my mom was looking it up, and they released something recently that Philippines is excluded, Haiti's excluded, and some other place. But
Hmm.
yet the Cubans can come here, touch sand on the beach, and you can't trust them. You can't deport them. Once they touch sand, you can't deport them. And I told my mom, I think that changed. And she was like, no, it's still like that. She said, though you got everybody else from different countries that have been here for years, paying their taxes, working, and everything. Because my last gardener, I forget where he was from,
Uh
but
huh.
he didn't have. He was an immigrant. He didn't have nothing.
Yeah,
Um,
I like
so
what Bill
he
Maher said
fled.
about the whole thing. Oh, really?
Yeah, he
But Bill,
fled.
I don't know if you know who Bill Maher is, don't you?
No,
He
who's
does
that?
he does the HBO show called Real Time.
Oh,
It
I
used to
don't
be
know.
politically incorrect. He was talking about the crap going down by the border, and I liked what he said. And he goes, California was offering them driver's license, yes, making them a part of us, so they could be a part of our community and contribute to the community. Exactly. That's why people don't know. If they go down to the Southwest, they only want to see the bad shit. But you got to see all the good behind it. Yeah, there are a lot of Latinos that work their ass off for so little,
Mhm.
and they're still humble. Okay,
Yeah.
but I like what Bill Maher said about it. He goes, "It's not making us weaker; it's making us hotter."
Oh my god.
Because a lot of men do not know. Go down there and look at the majority of the women that are along the border that come in. I'm like, yeah, they're freaking hot,
Oh my gosh.
and they
It's
know how to
sad.
salsa and everything. Shit, yeah.
Yeah, it's sad because they work so hard, and my last gunner, he cut like beautiful. He worked really hard, and I got him a lot of jobs like around the neighborhood. And
Hmm.
it's sad that he had to drop and leave everything.
Uh,
because he left the company that I originally hired. He left working for them and opened up on his own
uh-huh.
landscaping. So I had his number because the guy that used to cut my grass sent his nephew. Then his nephew sent him when the nephew couldn't come here. So I was like, shit, it's been 3 weeks and I have no gardener. I need someone. And then he was
Hmm.
like, okay, I'll send my friend. So he sent him and I was like, listen, if you come every other 3 weeks, I'll hire you. I said every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'll text you, when you can come exactly, because my mom likes to cut the grass also. And he bought like all her weed eaters, the coconut cutter, the coconut palm cutter, the extension pole. He bought
Huh.
that. He was
I
gonna
never
buy
seen
the
one.
lawnmower. Yeah, it's a long, long, long stick with a cutter. It looks like a Grim Reaper thing, but
I'm
it's
imagining a weed eater is what it is. I got a long weed eater myself.
oh yeah, I got weed eaters, chainsaw, um, I had lawnmower, and yeah, we sold my mom ended up selling all that.
And hopefully people watch this on the replay. If you watch Blood In, Blood Out, it'll teach you a lot about the Latino community and what
Yeah,
it really is. Yeah,
yeah,
because I like what his cousin that ended up becoming a cop. He's a great actor too, and I like what he said to Miko. He goes, that's not La Raza. La Raza is our people out there working, surviving. And that's when
yeah.
he told him, your La Onda is not my Onda.
I haven't seen a movie in years, but yeah, I remember
And La
that.
Onda means wave
Yeah.
in English.
Mhm. I like that movie. Like that's my like number one, and then Knockout.
Yeah, I have to say, my favorite character in that was Cruz. He was
Cruz.
my favorite character. Yeah, Cruz was my favorite character in that. Yeah,
That's
because
the
he put
one
a
who painted, right? Like
yeah,
like
but all the
raw
shit he went
knives,
through,
hood. Yeah, that's
he broke his,
terrible.
they
That's
broke his
terrible.
back and everything.
Yeah, that's kind of like cruel and horrible. I
Uh,
mean, okay, you cut his, placa off, his damn hand. Okay, you cut it off, but don't break his back. Come on.
yeah, but I'd like to meet him in person, get his autograph. I really would like to meet him and a couple others from the movie. But
Yeah.
I like it at the end of the movie when he showed, his cousin that because they didn't get along. They were brothers,
Hmm.
and their younger brother died, and he blamed Cruz for it. And that's when they made men's, and he showed him the painting of them when they were younger, the three of them.
Right.
And he goes, "I'm not a lover. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover." And he starts dancing around. That was hilarious.
Mm.
That was at the end, towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
He goes, "Wow, it's not painted over. That's a sign of respect."
That's crazy. But Paco's name is Benjamin, right?
Is that the one that ended up becoming a cop?
Yes, he went to the
Oh, okay.
military and he straightened up
Yeah, he
and
was a great actor. He played in a
yeah,
few other movies too.
and he like straightened up and became like law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, when he was younger, he was full of Chavez Mismo,
Yeah,
and he called Miko milkweed.
yep, milkweed. Yeah, I remember I know he told Cruz, he was like, oh, he's not gonna do nothing. He needs to go run home to mama and something. He's like, what do you mean that's disrespect? That's disrespect. Then he jumped the wall, remember? And then he ran
Hmm.
up behind their car, and the other vatos locos, like the other people, he
Oh
ran
yeah,
up
he asked him
behind
if
the
he was
car and
carrying a blade.
smashed they went yeah, and he
Yes,
smashed the window,
that
and
was
that's
the
why they went after Cruz.
yeah, that was Spider that was in the
Yeah,
car,
Spider.
and
Huh?
And the guy that becomes the cop, I can't remember his character name, but he asks his brother
Paco.
Cruz, yeah, he goes, you got a blade? Only my dick in my pants, Holmes. That was hilarious.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that was that. Paco. His name is Paco.
Yeah,
Then Cruz. Then Miklo.
yeah, but his mom was right. Um, she said you're all fighting each other, fighting for nothing. That's true.
Yeah.
Why are you fighting each
Yeah.
other? You know, that was in the
Yeah.
hospital when they were waiting on the news about Cruz.
Yeah. She was. Yeah. She was like upset. Bad.
And the guy Chewy was kind of funny.
Oh yeah, Chewy. Yeah. That's my boy Chewy.
I was like,
Yeah.
they should have made it a TV series. That would have been great.
Oh yeah, it was Vato Locos versus Tres Puntos.
Les Puntos, yeah. But in
Yeah.
prison, they stuck together
They
though.
stuck together, yeah. They all were one.
Who was the big one with the mustache in the prison? Because he was in
Uh,
the opposing gang, and he didn't like Miko at first, but they came really close later on. He was the bigger guy with the mustache in prison.
I know it's Red Rider. Is that?
No, no, Red Rider was in the
Um,
Aviators, and
there's
also
Head Nemo. There's Head Nemo.
Danny, the actor Danny Trejo was in it. He's been in every prison movie.
The one that
He's
plays a machete. You know him?
I don't know that movie.
The one that plays like the machete and everything. I know. I think I know who you're talking about. Um, I don't remember his name.
And one of them moved on along with Danny Trejo. They played in a he played in a couple episodes of Sons of Anarchy as a federal agent. But also the guy that played Alvarez in Sons of Anarchy was also in that movie too.
Oh, oh wow. Okay.
I can't
Oh,
remember his
you mean
character
you mean
name
the
though.
one with the long mustache and he had a little thing under his lip?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Hmm.
know what he looks like.
He was like the tallest one of them all.
That's pork chops.
Yeah, he ends up taking the pork chop and eats it, you know, because Montana said, I don't want his pork chop. I want his life. And he takes the apple. The guy who played Montana, great actor, great. I mean, there was a lot of great actors in that movie. They set the bar really high in that. A lot of people don't realize that was a good movie. It's actually a
Yeah.
book that was made into the movie. You remember the part where Miko wanted to talk to Montana in his cell, and they were going to dump him over the side, but they pulled him up, and the guy coming out of the cell, the same as Montana, told him "Vamonos," and he pointed, snapped his finger, and pointed to go in. He was the guy that wrote the book, wrote that story. That was his cameo.
Oh wow.
He's the one that wrote the book, and it became a movie, the Blood and Blood Out.
Oh, that's nice. I remember the kitchen man. He gave him that big nice pork chop and an apple and was
Oh, you
flirting with him.
yeah, the kitchen scene where you see that guy take the ladle and spill that hot soup on that guy's back. That's Danny Dervajo that did that, but I can't remember his character name. He's a famous Latino actor too.
Yeah.
But Danny Dervajo, you know, he actually served 6 months when he was a kid in San Quentin, and that's why they in almost every prison movie from the '80s and '90s, he's in it because he was in the prison movie Attica, which was a true story.
Oh wow.
Because it was funny too, because The second time they got him in to bring him to do a movie about being in prison, they didn't give him a script. They said, "You can do what you want. You know what you're doing." Whatever he said, it was ad libbed because he already knew he had experience. He knew what he was talking about, or he knew what to say at the right moments.
Did you hear about Blood In, Blood Out 2?
No,
It's
I know they've all gotten old. I know that they're all in their late 50s and 60s by now.
no, because it's on YouTube and it's on YouTube and I don't forget who did it. I think it's the real Mr. Dot Homicide TV. He said it's actually called the Higher Power, and it's a documentary, and it's supposed to be Blood In, Blood Out Part 2.
But it's a
And it's
documentary.
right. That's why I'm like, is it a movie or the documentary? Because we were saying it's the movie coming out, and then some people are like, it's also like a higher power. So I'm
Yeah,
like, what
it
is it?
would
I mean, I'm confused.
it would be kind of hard to make a sequel to that because they set the bar really high in the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did. Oh yeah, I see. Oh, but that's blood. That's Blood In, Blood Out. That's not part two. They cut a clip from Blood In, Blood Out and put it in
Okay,
YouTube
what?
and saying that it's part two.
Well, if you can find it on DVD, you can watch the movie with the commentary of the director and the writer. That's interesting.
Oh,
They'll tell
I
you about
have the
certain things and what
DVD
they
and the
cut.
VHS. Blood In,
Well,
Blood Out.
yeah, see if there's the option to watch the movie with the commentary. That's what you want.
Okay, cause I'm not, my father. Those are my father's movies, and I asked my mom, "What does she do with the DVDs? Where are they?" So I'm
Yeah.
waiting for her to give me his movies.
Yeah, I'd be interested in finding that with because the one copy I had and I ripped it to my hard drive, it
Uh-huh.
didn't have the commentary. But if you can find one that's got the commentary, that would be interesting because the director and writer would tell you, well, we had to cut this scene because of this, or we decided on this to do this. It gives you more insight of the movie, which is cool in my book. I'd
Oh,
be interested in what they'd say.
I don't think mine has that.
Yeah, because they talk about. I like that you can watch the movie and then you
Uh-huh.
can watch the movie again, but with the commentary because they're talking to you while the movie's playing,
So how
which
do
is
you
kind of
see
cool.
where the commentary is? How do you?
Well, you'll see it in the options. When you say play movie, select a scene, you'll see an option that says commentary. That's what you
Okay,
want.
I'll have to look because my mom has them put up. She said I don't know where she put them, but I'll have to see.
Yeah, a lot of movies did that. They say you watch the movie and then you have the option of seeing the movie with the commentary with the director and maybe an actor or two.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Like
That
they
is
did it,
cool.
for that Rob Zombie is really good at it. The movies he did, and he has commentary on every one of his movies. And if you watch the first Halloween movie that he directed, he
Hmm.
did the color commentary, and he had Danny Trevajo in the movie as the janitor of the mental institution,
Hmm.
and he got to know Michael Myers in his cell. And he told the new guy because he was retiring. He told the guy, "Hey, no, 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 don't touch his things." He goes,
Oh
he goes,
wow.
"Man, I've been taking care of this kid for over 20 years." He goes, "Man, just forget it. Get out of here." He goes, "I don't like it when you touch his things." Eh, anyway, he liked him, okay, but he ends up killing him anyway, which was sad. What it was
Oh
is
wow.
Rob Zombie was showing the scene of where he was going to kill him, and he grabs the TV, and then when he goes to bring it down on Danny DeVajo, it cuts. He said, "Right here, I had to cut it because he ended up dropping the TV behind him, and I didn't want to reshoot it."
Oh my gosh.
He goes, "Right here," and then he cuts it because instead of bringing it down on Danny's head, the actor ended up dropping it behind him, and it broke the TV. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to reshoot that, you know.
That's crazy. I'm trying. Let's see. I think the Benadryl is kicking in. I hate that. So how have you been?
I'm just doing the same old, driving the truck, keeping the wheels spinning and the beavers grinning.
Have you gone to what is it? Philippines?
No, I want to,
Oh, okay.
but they're afraid of me,
What do you mean? Oh
or
my!
they won't talk to me.
What do you mean they won't talk to you?
Not on a personal basis. I mean, you got to get to know me. You know, Jesus, just talk to me. I'm not going to bite. I think some of them are intimidated because of my voice. When they hear me karaoke with such a deep voice like that, they
Uh-huh.
may be a little intimidated by that. That's not my intent. That's not my intent.
Well, then don't sing with a deep voice.
Well, I do it because that's typo negative. I sing just like Peter Steele.
Uh-huh. We'll change it up. Hey,
Well,
Petro's vlog, welcome. Made you a little shout out.
yeah, thanks for reading the chat for me because I need a guest host to read the chat for me because I can't do it. I got to keep my eyes on the road. That's why.
No, no problem. I understand.
That's
They
why
said,
sometimes Sammy would come up.
huh?
That's why sometimes Sammy would come in and I'd bring her up and she'd read the chat for me.
Oh, that's cool. Oh. Then we got Robert Simmons that came by.
Oh, I didn't. Right, Robert.
I don't know if he's still in here.
Yeah, I know. Ellie dropped in early. He probably went and seen that video I was telling him about. I said I did a whole live stream on it. My last live stream about Israel and Palestine.
Yeah, Happy RC 2.4 came through. Josh, North Carolina. Ellie's, Mimi says she gotta go start the live.
Yeah, Mimi's from England.
Oh,
She lives
okay,
right
cool.
outside of London, and
Ah,
she's got a great channel. She's a seamstress,
uh-huh.
and she's got a great channel. It's about sewing and making clothes or whatever. But I think it's great. It's a lost art because during the Great Depression era, like my grandparents, that's what they would do. They'd have to make their own clothes or repair their own clothes. That's why sewing became such a big thing back in the day. But women today, you don't see it. It used to be common to see a sewing machine in the house,
Right.
but today you'll never see one.
Well,
And when
that's
they
what
do, it's
my
like, really?
yeah, that's what my friend's mother did. She had a
N-
very expensive sewing machine, and
Yeah,
that's all she did in the province. Did bed sheets, pillowcases, whatever you wanted, dresses, t-shirts. She sewed it and
yeah.
made it.
It's
But
still prevalent in the Southwest with the Latino ladies. They
mhm,
still do it. They make their own dresses for like Cinco de Mayo and whatever
yeah,
celebration. They make their own dresses and they're gorgeous too.
for Dia de los
It's
Muertos, they go all out. Yeah. Hmm.
because 2 years in a row I've celebrated Cinco de Mayo in Salina, California. I was the only gringo, but I had a great time. The food was outstanding too. But I remember all the girls were wearing different colored dresses and they were beautiful too.
Yeah. They what is it? Dia de los Muertos. I don't know. It kind of creeps me out about that. I was like, mm.
It was the Day of the Dead. It was their version
Yeah.
of Memorial Day.
Yeah, they paint their face like all skeleton. It's pretty cool though, you know?
Yeah, that's old Aztec and Mayan things to
Yeah,
do when they paint their face.
yeah,
That's old tribal stuff there.
yeah. That's what my dad was like, learn about your heritage. I was
Hmm.
like, okay.
Because
And
there's not
blood
many
in,
left
blood
that
out. It's perfect to watch.
there's not many left because the Spanish conquistadors almost wiped them off the face of the earth. There are descendants of the Mayans and the Aztecs, which is rare.
Right. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, that there were already people here. Like I tried telling people, even in the Bible during Exodus, when Moses brought the Jewish people over into the area what they call Israel today, there were already people there. They were Muslims. You can't claim territory with people that are already there.
Yeah, I know. I know. Tell me about it.
Even
And
though
everything
our
that's
European
going on right
ancestors
now
did
is
it.
crazy.
Yeah. Even though our European ancestors did it.
Yeah, it's crazy, but you know, what can we say? It's like,
And like Red Fox, what he said about race, he goes, let me help you out here, friends. He said this like in the early 80s in one of his stand up routines. He said, it's white people. It's you that look alike. When you look at me being black, it's the chocolate rainbow. You got burnt almond, coconut, mocha, pecan, lemon, light, bright, and damn near white. He called it the
oh my
chocolate
god,
rainbow.
it's chocolate rainbow. That shit is
And Red
crazy.
Fox was one of my favorite comedians.
Oh, he's a comedian.
Yeah, Red Fox. He played Mr. Sanford in Sanford and Son, that old TV show. Hell, I was little when that came out. I was like 5 years old when that show was going on. Sanford and Son.
Uh-huh.
He played Fred Sanford. That was Red Fox. And
Mm.
he had two identical twin brothers. He said I was born triplets, Ed, Red, and Ned. Because when we were born, I remember my dad went to mom and said, he goes, Esther, you pick out the one you want because I'm going to drown those other two. And he said, that's when I learned how to swim. The only problem was getting out of that bag full of cats.
Mm. Have you ever come in contact with the little Frenchies, the little Frenchie bulldogs?
No.
Oh
English
my.
bulldogs, I see every now and then I see a driver have an English bulldog, and those dogs are expensive
Yeah,
because
they
they
are.
can't, the females can't do a natural birth. They have to
Mm.
go C-section because the head's
Oh
so
my
big.
gosh.
Yeah. And you're lucky to get one or two pups a litter. That's why they're
What?
so expensive.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I like them because they always looked up at me like the facial expression of the bulldog is like, "You're a dumbass."
Oh my
They look
goodness.
at you and they have that look on their face like they're saying, "You're a dumbass."
Mm. Oh yeah. I went to bed at 2, been up since 5 in the morning. I'm having trouble sleeping, so.
But I've learned over the years, I think the easiest dogs to take care of and to
Huh?
look after is a pug. They're
A
the
pug?
easiest dog. A
A
pug,
pug?
yes.
No,
Yep.
no, no.
They don't bite.
Buddha was no problem. She didn't fight. Um, She was well trained. She was very lovable. When I mean lovable, it came down to the point where all the dogs in the neighborhood they would attack her. And
Uh huh.
I'm like, Buddha. I'm like, and I call her by her real name, which is Helena. I'm like, come on, stand up for yourself. You're a Rottweiler. I was like, you can like destroy these dogs. So and then like I looked into her face and looked into her eyes and I told her that I was like, please. I was like, I don't have my balance. Please look out for yourself. Because the last stupid guy, he held his dog right on the side where we walk off the bridge,
Uh
and
huh.
as soon as we walk off, he's right there on the side. His dog leaps to attack Buddha. So I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, come on, man. And then he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I was like, listen. I was like, if you see me walking this big, huge Rottweiler down the bridge, there's only like room for two people, one dog, and me. If for us to come off, why would you hide in the corner? Knowing that your dog is crazy, is gonna attack my dog, and she's a Rottweiler. What do you expect? For me to hold her? Keep holding her down? I said, I'm gonna let go any minute now. Because I was getting to the point where I was tired of holding her and holding her down.
Well, those dogs can be heavy,
Yeah, but she was heavy. But she was lighter than me. She only weighed 120.
but
So
still a
and
big dog for you.
yeah, she was a German Rottweiler. Everybody was like, "Wow, she's so fat." I was like, "No, that's muscular." I was
Well,
like,
that's the
"Believe
way
it
that
or not,
breed is.
she
They
can
look like they're
run."
fat.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, "Believe it or not, she can run." I was like, "Don't underestimate her." And then the next day, we were walking through the alley, and then some guy was walking far away, like on the sidewalk, way down there by the cars, but in the back way of Starbucks. And she turned, I don't know what he did, but she turned her head and she started like running, started charging after him. And I was like, Helena. And she stopped. I was like, sit. And she sat down. And
Yeah, I know Rottweilers do not like cats either.
yeah, no, she didn't mind. I mean, I had Tiger, which was across the street. That's a cat. And I was like, Tiger's okay. I was like, but just don't come near her or you go near her. I was like, Tiger, stay over there. And she didn't go after Tiger. Um, but Destiny is another story. That's my little Yorkie. She's 2.5 or 2 years old, my mom said. So
Hmm.
yeah, with her, it's a mission. She's chasing iguanas, lizards, everything she chases.
Yeah, I figured you'd have moved to North Carolina by now.
Yeah, my mom decided to go ahead and just fix up the house and not move and not sell it as is. She's just gonna fix it up and take her time, and it should be listed in a month or 2 months. Hopefully by next month it's listed.
Yeah, but the problem is
Because
the way the economy is. I don't see it selling because the housing market is overly priced.
oh, then she's gonna wait probably.
Yeah, yeah, but that's going to be bad. The price is going to needs to go down. It's everything's overly priced.
Well, the houses here, the one next on my right sold for 1.4. The one on my left sold for one. No, that one sold for 1.4. The one on my right sold for 1.2. and then 3 down the street sold for 1.6, 1.4, and then my ex-boyfriend's house, which is horrible, like old, didn't upgrade nothing, sold for 1.8 million. And I was like, what? I was like, that little
I'm not.
house
I'm not.
and his backyard is a swamp.
Yeah.
The little,
I was
like,
hoping Darren would come in here.
Oh, okay.
The reason that he's not is I think Friday, Saturday, and today he's doing his journalist thing because he's got his job and he does journalism too, and he's covering the this convention in Toronto, and
Oh, cool.
it's an adult type thing, where they got like Victoria's Secret's there and Projects of
Mhm.
Hollywood, the clothing, the toys, you name it, it's there, and it deals with sex.
Oh.
And they had these mannequins; they looked real, but they dressed them up in naughty clothes, the girls and some of them, but they posed them all like there was an orgy going on. And Darren took a picture of it and sent it to me. And at first, I'm like, "Wait a minute!" And I zoomed it in. I'm like, "Those are mannequins and dolls." At first, it looked real, but he goes, the people who set up their display, they set this up. I'm like, that is hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's why I end up divorced, man. I asked the wife, "Hey, let's have a threesome. That way, when I pass out, you'll have someone to talk to."
What? You did not. You asked your wife that?
No, it's a good
That's
joke
what you
though.
told her? I could just, I mean, I'll be like, excuse you?
Yeah, but you got to admit that's hilarious though.
Yeah, it is. But I'll be like, you're joking, right? You're joking, right?
But you have to deliver it like it's real, for the joke to have the full effect.
I'm gonna try that joke. I'm gonna try that joke. So, what is it again? Let's have a threesome. So when I pass out, you have someone to talk
You'll have
to.
something to talk to. Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Everybody who watches the replay, try that. And comment down below. Let us know how it went.
Yeah, there's
I'm
some
gonna
guys that
try
haven't
that.
had that luck. Some of us don't.
Oh wow.
That's something I don't see that something that could ever be planned unless you're filming. That's just something that just happens because I've known a few of my friends that were lucky enough to have one, and it's like, how did you manage this? He said it
Right.
just happened. I didn't. No one planned it. It just happened that way. And then all the other males are going like, "Hey, you lucky bastard."
Wow. I was gonna tell you. Did you know, like, a lot of homes in the Philippines, everybody's buying them because they're being foreclosed?
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people are losing their houses because the Philippines decided, okay, we can get 3.1 million, so we'll throw you out. You bought it for 1.2, but we'll raise, your rent or your mortgage, and even though they got approved for like a government program that
Yeah.
they had out there, uh the mortgage company would be like, oh no, you didn't get approved, no, and they will let it run out and won't tell the person until they're already like evicting the person.
Yeah. But the thing is, uh, a lot of the families there in the Philippines, they have what they call an ancestry house. It can never be sold. Just about every family has one.
you mean the land? You
Well,
mean
the land
property
and
that they own, like some the parents own a property?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
my
it's called the ancestry house. The house is like a couple hundred years old or more. That's why they call it an ancestry house.
yeah, my friend's mother owns property in the province. But it's only for the brothers, the father said,
Hmm.
and that she can't touch it. So
Yeah, I don't know. The rules may have changed, but as far as I know, if you have an ancestry house, it can never be sold. Is the deal?
what she was trying to do was she's been trying for like last month and a half all the way to now, and every day like ask the brother um to let's put the deed and ask for a loan on the property that their mother owns, and then after her surgery she'll go abroad and pay them back.
Uh huh.
They said the brother said no. I'm like, what? That's crazy. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the heck is that? I'm like, what do you mean no? And then the father was like, you can't do that. I put you in prison. And then yeah, and then she was like, I was just asking a question. I'm not gonna sell it. So yeah,
Mhm.
because one
Oh, let
because
me.
yeah.
Oh, I had to mention before I forget. I want to
Mm,
apologize to a couple individuals if my behavior was not normal because it wasn't. And no, I don't drink. I don't normally do. I'm lucky to do it once a year if I'm lucky. But the frustration I was going through that night, it was a couple of nights ago. Buddha, I bought
mm,
a case of bottled cerveza,
mm-hmm.
and I was drinking away.
Oh Lord.
And I came up to Panas Habits live stream and karaoke,
Oh no, you didn't.
but I was fighting it. But I was drunk. Yes, I think I did
Mm,
pretty good. I only did 2 songs,
uh-huh.
and I didn't make an ass of myself. At least I hope so.
And what else
I
did you
sang.
do?
Oh, that was it. I karaoke 2 songs. I did the Blues Brothers version of "Stand by Your Man" from the movie,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I did a serious song. I did that as a joke, and then I did a serious song. I did "I Love You to Death" by Typo Negative. I think I did pretty good on that one. I think I got a problem with the cord to my microphone because it keeps cutting out. I got to get a new
Oh,
cord, or
nothing, hey,
I might,
the chords
yeah,
always like get
I might
twisted
buy a
and
new microphone.
uh-huh.
But the next microphone I buy, it's going to be cordless,
Oh, okay.
less pain in
Cool.
the rear. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little thing you just put it in like you would the cord, but it's a little box on the end of it, and you don't have a cord to the mic.
Right.
But it takes
Or
I
you
think like
can
four AA
have one and
batteries
put
in
it
it.
to your ear. No, but you can have one that I use a Logitech headset,
Yeah, but
and then
yeah,
they
but
also give me the
the
Bluetooth.
microphone that yeah the microphone that comes to a headset doesn't work very well on a K1.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good to know. Shit. That's very good to know. Thank you. Because they're telling me. Give me
because I
1 minute.
tried.
I'm gonna go get Destiny from outside, okay?
Oh, okay.
Alright, just give me a minute. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like 30 miles west of Corpus Christi, Texas, and uh, Galveston is next to Corpus Christi. I'm surprised I'm holding on to signal because there's not much out this way. a bit windy here, though. I'm just glad to get out of that heavy traffic in San Antonio and Austin. That's awful. But this used to be Highway 281, but now it's Interstate 37. Back when I got south of San Antonio, I got off of the 410 loop, went around, and then got on Interstate 37 because I believe 35 will take you to 69 and take you down to Laredo, which is along the border, but it's further north than where I'm going, further northwest along the Rio Grande. But hey, that's a good live stream. If I stop at that truck stop along the border there, I'll show you people that there's nothing going on at the border. Not what they tell you on the news. They got millions of terrorists trying to get in the country. No, I'll show you firsthand. Because the day they said that caravan was at our border, no, it wasn't. They lied. Because I was there and went across the border into Tijuana. And then the people that was on Facebook tried to convince me, oh, not that border, this other one. I'm like, no, the news just said Tijuana. I'm right here. I saw 2 border patrolmen and a woman walking her dog. That was it. And when you talk to the border patrol, they were laughing. They're like, what they're showing here is not this border. That's in the Mexican southern border, way down there by Guatemala, long ways away. But they passed it off as, yeah, that's going on in Tijuana right now. No, it's just the Mexican authorities wouldn't let them in. They never reached our border. Although you're going to believe the news, what they say, they told you because they knew that you would believe it. I wouldn't put blind faith behind our media. Nah, not at all. Bring back Walter Cronkite out of the grave. Let's reanimate him. I'll believe what Walter Cronkite would say because he wouldn't pass bullshit. Walter Cronkite. Who was that famous one from CBS? I mean, there was Sam Donaldson from ABC. He was good. I mean, these are newscasters from when I was a kid. I mean, Walter Cronkite, I don't remember him. He was gone by the time I became aware at the age of 4 and 5 years old. Walter Cronkite was already retired. Do. Hey, anybody wants to drop the link down there? You scroll up in the chat, you might find it. If not, post it in the chat, and hopefully when Buddha comes back to let you know I need to drop the link again. If you'd like to join us up here in this conversation, that's all we are, is BSing today. Not much to talk about, I guess, but I just decided to do this live stream to show y'all where I was and where I'm going and famous movies that were filmed along the way, and maybe pass along information because nobody else is doing a live stream. I know they're all asleep in the Philippines right now. I don't know. And keep reading the
Uh,
chat for me, Buddha. I'm gonna try.
um,
I'm
not
gonna.
nothing. The last person who wrote was me. Just say hi to our Petro's vlog. Did you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sending out a message to Darren. Try to get him up
oh,
to the
okay.
panel because if
Oh,
I get him up into the panel, he could show everybody what he's doing. Now, what he's documenting. Are you there?
yeah,
Oh, good. I'm glad you can still hear me. And I got back on here and I can put the phone down.
that's cool.
Yeah, Darren typically does a live stream now on Friday and Saturdays, our
Mm-hmm.
time, at 10 o'clock at night. That's when the costume contest is. Uh,
Yeah, I saw him go live last night, but I was on my
uh,
friend's panel.
he told me he couldn't do it live because he was doing the journalistic thing
Was it last
at the
night or the other
convention.
night?
No, it
Okay.
was last week. He wasn't able to do one Friday or Saturday this week because he was covering the convention he's at.
Oh, oh shit, maybe it was last week. Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
you
I
know
was
what?
karaoke in there.
Maybe I saw premiere. There you go.
Oh,
Premiere.
excuse
Maybe
me.
it was a premiere. Cause I know he
Oh
has one
yeah,
for today.
yeah. He's always doing premieres.
Okay. Yeah, he does premieres at nighttime.
Yeah,
So
I'm
yeah,
been.
he did a premiere 17 hours ago, which was last night.
Yeah,
Tonight it's
I've
at
been.
10:45.
Yeah, I've been poking at Sammy and said, Sammy, you've really fallen off the rocker here. Because she hardly does live streaming anymore. It's like Sammy, you need to start doing it again. Because Sammy had a unique channel, and I wish she wouldn't give up on it and keep going. I said, Sammy, you made a lot of friends, a lot of fans on your channel, and it's like you neglected it.
Yeah, but YouTube doesn't pay that much and everybody's getting demonetized now.
Yeah, but she at this moment she wouldn't have gave up and kept pushing and start interviewing other lady boys or whatever. Her channel
Uh-huh.
would have exploded. She would have over 1 million subs by now because she's the only one doing it.
Oh, I guess. What did she say?
She don't want to do it. I don't know
Oh.
why.
I
I said,
saw her
Sammy, that
live. I saw her live earlier. She's playing Mobile
well, that
Legends.
yeah, but that's not actually doing a live stream. Like there are a lot of
She's
lady boys,
talking.
and like if I was in her shoes, that's what I would be doing. I'd be interviewing lady boys. Tell your story, who you are, what this, everything.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
there's this one Filipina that has been doing that, and each one of her videos has over 50,000 watch hours,
What?
views on it. Yeah, and I was telling Sammy, I'm like, Sammy, that could have been you. I was telling you to do this
Oh,
2 years ago.
God.
The
Mm.
problem is with lady boys and trans women, they don't get along. If you look better than they do, they don't like you. I'm like, Sammy, you need to drop that bullshit. So what? You learn something from that transsexual. Yeah, they may look better than you, but hey, you keep trying. You keep plugging away at what you're doing. Because yes, they're always going to be that one that's going to look a lot better than you. So it's just like the women. A lot of women didn't like Sammy because Sammy was looking better than the real women. Which it
Oh,
makes me laugh every time I say that.
oh Lord.
Because you were there, you were one of my judges. I had a panel of judges that I couldn't have done any better, and
Yeah,
the judges
yeah,
I
I
had for
remember
that.
that. Yes,
And
I
Sammy came
remember
in
that.
second. Sammy beat out a lot of good-looking women in that bikini contest.
And one wasn't very happy.
Yeah, well, I only had one male because the males can be easily manipulated by um, It's through seduction. And that's where the one tried to do that shit. Well, I only had Darren was my only male judge. There was you and you're lesbian, and I had Cheer, which was a conservative Panay, and Chiche Cruz, which she is a former model herself, and this is her craft. I tried to get her in the bikini contest, but she didn't want to do it. I said, "How about you be a judge?" And she said, "Okay." I had a good panel of judges, and it was across the board, no favoritism, straight up, and people wouldn't have viewed Sammy any differently. They voted her accordingly. She came in second.
Wow. And her sister
But
came in first.
yeah. Well, all y'all agreed with me. I knew Cams was going to win that.
Yeah.
I knew her sister was going to win it.
Yep. I'm just surprised she didn't get first place.
The reason why Cam's got first place is because she has nice glutes. I'd like to
No,
have
she
seen her
didn't
wear a
get
tea
first
bag.
place. She got second place. That's
No,
why
I'm talking about Sammy's
like, wow.
sister. I'm
Yeah.
talking about Sammy's sister. She
Yeah,
got first.
She got second place.
Sammy
Right?
got second. No, Sammy
Oh.
got second, and Hazel got third.
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay.
Because Sammy's sister Camille has got a nice butt. She's got the glutes. That's why I'd like to have seen her wear a tea bag. She would wear that really well.
Yeah, I don't think
but
her husband
but she's
would
modest.
like that.
Probably not. But she won.
Yep. Yeah, she did win. She got her own money now.
Yeah, they'll be competing in the costume contest. Sammy and Camille will.
Okay, that's good.
I think
they win.
I got Chiche Cruz going to compete in it, and I know one of my judges is going to be Sheer again. Sheer is universal. She's been a judge on a lot of competitions, not just mine and Darren's, but others too.
That's cool.
And hopefully Jerry Boy's able to do it. Jerry Boy TV. He's a Scottish. And he's the only Scot that I know.
I think I heard of him. What who else have I seen Peanut Habits and oh my gosh, I forget her name. Celestial's live.
I think he may have been there, yeah. But Celestial has really fallen off too. I remember she used to do live streaming a lot, and then she just stopped.
Like run the vlogs, and then we would transfer over to Celeste, and she just stopped because she's working. She's back in the Philippines. And I was like, but you live stream when you were working.
Yeah, but Celeste and Sheer has met with a lot of different YouTube hosts in Manila, more than anybody I know.
She did an interview. She did an interview on her hidden host, and I was like, why don't you stop hiding and just say who you are?
Well, 2 nights ago they met up with Esmokums. He's in the Philippines. Esmokums.
Esmokums.
Yeah, you've seen him in the chat. They haven't talked to him on a panel though. Cher and Blessed Life and Celeste and Double R met up with him. Yes.
Is he? Okay, so that was him.
Yeah, they met up with Esmokums.
Oh.
Got a good singing voice too. But I knew Esmokums for well over a year, and all of a sudden he starts karaoke, and I'm like, what are you be waiting for? I've known you for over a year. I didn't know you karaoke. He was really good at it too.
That's good. What I don't get is like you can't do karaoke, so how is everybody else getting by it?
What do you mean I can't do karaoke?
No,
I can karaoke.
No, I'm saying like on YouTube, like now they demonetize a lot of my friends for that.
So they just demonetize that video. That video. If it's a copyright.
Channel.
Wow. They did the whole channel?
The whole channel. Yeah, they're going one by one to through everybody.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs that are getting copyrighted, is what it is, even though it's karaoke. And I'm like, okay, YT, if you do that, you're going to lose a lot of people. A lot of your Asians won't come back here because of that, because that's all they do is karaoke. And if you
Yeah,
demonetize them because of it, they're going to go elsewhere.
yeah.
They'll go to Patreon. They go to TikTok, but I don't do TikTok. There's
You can go to
Patreon
Rumble.
and there's Rumble too. Yeah,
Yeah, I told my friend go to Rumble. I don't know what Patreon is.
it's like YouTube and Rumble.
What is it? Patron.com.
I think so. I don't know.
Okay. No, I think I spelled Patron. Yeah, Patreon. I don't. Yeah,
Did you ever watch the cartoon Boondocks?
no.
It was on Adult Swim.
No, I don't think
Ah,
so.
yeah, I got all 4 seasons of it on my hard drive. It's one of my students got me watching that. It's hilarious.
Oh wow. No, I've been watching movies that my friend Swoop like me. You remember you met her? She's
Yeah.
the lady truck driver. Um, she's been doing like movie reviews and
Uh
then
huh.
doing Sexy Saturday. Like last night, it was so hilarious, so funny because they're talking about phone sex operator. Would you? Have you? And what would your name be? I'm like, Machete, because no.
I mean, I would do it because I got the voice for it, but only women wouldn't call though. What my name would be? Oh, that's easy. Sirloin.
Oh my god.
My name would be Sirloin. Yeah.
You see, you missed it last night. You should go comment what your nickname would be. Yeah, they were saying who's link to go to Jessica. I think her name is Jessica Patherin, if I'm not mistaken. But they were saying go to her because she has all of that, all the information, everything, how you can get started, and she'll hook you up because
Yeah,
that's
but no
what she
women call that, so
pay the
men are
bills.
excluded. Yeah, but no women are going to call men.
What do you
It's
mean no
always,
women? The men
but
call the
men will
women.
call. Yeah, the men call the women, but you don't have it the other way. There's no men there for women to call. Plus, I don't think women would call a sex line like that anyway. That's probably why they don't have any women. I'd be good at it.
Well, no, it's not a sex line. It's their private number
Oh, okay.
to them directly. Like with her, you can text her 24/7. That's when me and Jamie and my friend and Swoop were like, I don't know about that 24/7.
Well, they back in the '80s and '90s they had that. Those 900 numbers.
Yeah.
Men paying a shitload of money and
Yeah,
everything.
we were talking about that too last night. You remember the party lines?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's old. Yeah, but yeah, we remember and everything. And yeah, it's just it's hard because they're saying like my watch hours drop, and it's like, what am I supposed to go
Oh my
live
God.
about? Because I used to do scratch offs, right?
Is that
But
the JL that I once knew long ago?
who?
Is that the JL? JL there.
Hey,
JL you used to date Darren.
I don't know. Hi,
Oh,
JL. It's a lady.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Buddha, are you able to copy and paste the StreamYard link for me?
Yeah, give me. Yeah, I am.
Please do that
I'm
for me.
on StreamYard.
It is
So.
JL. JL, come up here. Buddha's going to post the link for me.
JL, here you go.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in ages. Yeah, she was, as far as I remember, she used to work she works in the Middle East. I believe in Riyadh, if I'm correctly.
Is that the one who caused the whole thing in the Philippines?
No, not JL. No,
Oh,
that was Joe Pilcan from Canada.
that's what I was trying to think. Who started that? Because they were saying, no, this I have weak signal.
There was Joe Pilcan from Canada and Honeyco. Honeyco was obsessed. There was like 3 months there. Every day was a 2 3 hour live stream. It'd be nothing about Darren, and it's like, okay, Darren
Oh
had a
yeah, it
lot of
wasn't
friends.
JL. Yeah, I see
It
her.
wasn't JL because JL disappeared like a year and a half ago.
What happened? She went to TikTok?
I think real life.
Oh, she had a business seminar not too long ago. That's what it says.
Oh yeah, she's in guitar now. Okay,
Oh
but
shit!
yeah,
I want to learn the ukulele. I got like two of them. I don't know how to play it. I got a flute. I need to know how to play. I don't know how to play.
yeah.
What is
I
this?
remember JL used to ride around on that little, it's like a skateboard, but it's got handlebars.
Oh,
I don't know what you
cool.
call those. I don't know what you call those.
GoPeds. Does it have a
She
motor on it?
No, no, I don't have a motor on it, but she used to ride around in one. She
Scooter.
did a couple of videos with that.
They used to call those scooters. Like the one you just kick with your foot and just keep on.
uh,
You hold on to the
Unless you go
handlebars.
downhill. If you're going downhill, it'll push you on your own.
Oh shit! No, yeah, but you gotta be careful not to flip over. I mean, mm. Oh wow, she had a nice vacation
Uh, but what
4 months
happened
ago.
with Darren is this: Darren had a lot of friends that were Filipinas. Okay,
Uh huh.
but Darren did not know that if you talk to a Filipina a couple of times on a one-on-one personal, just where it's just you two talking,
Mm-hmm.
after the second phone conversation, the Filipina thinks that you're in a relationship with her.
What?
Even though you're not talking like you're a couple, they'll think that you're in a relationship. And Darren didn't know about that. It's in the Filipina culture. If a girl's
Uh,
talking to you on a personal basis like that, yeah, the relationship has started. But Darren didn't know that game was going on. He was just making friends. And when he went over to the Philippines, he was going to make his decision on who he would want a relationship with. Well, once he did that, oh my God, the two that were totally obsessed, well, the one that was obsessed was Honeyco.
well, I'm sure. I mean, he has to go down there and decide which one, because he has to meet them in person. And if
Yeah,
he hasn't chatted with them for a long time, then I
but
mean,
Darren, along the way, Darren did end up in relationships with girls, and JL was one of those.
okay.
And I guess it didn't work out, but they talked to. They're still friends, as far as I know. I'm surprised, that JL was in a relationship with Darren. I was like, well, why did? I mean, I just don't understand why it didn't work out. But it's not me.
Oh well. Yeah, I mean,
But nobody knew.
things
Nobody knew
happen
they were in
for
a
a
relationship.
reason. So, I mean, all we can say is, at least are they friends?
Yeah,
Ah, see,
yeah.
at
They
least
they
they're
broke off their
friends.
relationship on good terms. Just
There you
I don't
go.
know.
That's what you call a real woman that knows how to handle, that okay, this is not working. Let's just be friends.
But yeah, but Honeyco thought she was going to be the one in a relationship with Darren, and she became obsessed when it didn't happen, and that's when the whole mess happened, and
Is
she had all
that
those trolls.
is that why JL in the picture at that time?
No, JL was gone. JL
Oh,
disappeared. Yeah, it
Oh,
was like eight months before the mess with Darren happened. 8 months
shit.
before that was the last time I saw JL.
Oh wow. Oh wow. She probably really cared about the guy.
Yeah, and then all the trolls that was in Honeyco's live stream were
Mhm.
attacking me and Sheer because we were friends of Darren's. And it's like,
What?
look, we're asking you, if you got proof of what he did, show it to us. He had supposedly sent all these nude photos of himself to a bunch of Panays or whatever, but none of them had proof of it. I said, I'm not going to believe what you tell me. I don't know you people. And you
Right.
expect me to believe you at face? I'm not weak minded.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Exactly.
I wasn't there. I was supposed to go with Darren, but I was unable to because I run a
Cause he had to
business.
work. Right.
To
I
me, it's that way.
remember that.
My business comes first, and then when I'm arranging time off, then it's playtime. But I can't do that, and it affects my business
No,
because I wouldn't
right.
be in business very long if I didn't take care of business.
I understand you, and I understand why you didn't go. Cause remember you told me,
I wanted
uh,
to,
what the beef was. No, remember you told me like what the beef was and everything. Cause I was like, what the heck is going on?
yeah, but all them
Because I
people
saw
in troll.
Celeste, and I'm like, what? I just saw this man with Celeste. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, there were three people at that party at Darren J Mike's party.
What he did was wrong. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
but
but
there were
no.
three people there, and they didn't see it. They didn't witness anything like that. Blessed Life was there, Sheer was there, and Celeste. Now I trust those three. And if something like that actually would have happened, they would have known about it. And Celeste went around to talk to everybody about it before the party ended, and nobody said a thing about it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That
it's
can
like,
destroy somebody's life. That can destroy somebody's reputation. You don't
yeah,
do that
exactly.
to people. You really
But
don't.
and when you're dealing in the courts per se, and you don't have proof, or how you know that they don't have proof to prove what their story, to collaborate their
Hmm.
story, and they throw insult on you. It's like the movie Exorcism, when they try to exorcise the demon, and you ask them a question, and where that demon can't answer, it threw up on the priest. Well, that's what people do also. When you use logic and rationality, it's like, okay, do you have proof? Because you ask for proof, they're going to throw insult on you. Like, how dare you? And I'm like, I don't know you
Uh,
people. I said, you people may know me by seeing me on other live streams, but I don't know you people. And you expect me to believe you at face? I'm from Chicago. We don't do that.
it's crazy.
And we're not weak minded.
It's crazy because I remember shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Um,
Like if somebody told me a story about JL that I don't know, I'm not going to believe a
mhm.
damn word they say. I'll listen to what they have to say, but I'm not going to believe it because I don't know who they are.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you got a lot of haters out there, people that want to see you like go down, and probably want to see her go down. So they act stupid.
Uh-huh. But Darren is engaged. Leave Darren alone. He's out of the game. He's engaged. He's going to get married. He's out of the game. Okay, and they know this, so they continually to try to attack me. And I'm like, you can try, but I'm going to beat you to death with logic. And at the same time, if I can, I'm going to make them look like a horse's ass because they deserve it.
Yeah.
Because here's what they were saying. They even people I don't even have a clue. I've never met them before at all. Trying to say that They were laughing and they're saying because I'm asking for proof because I want to see Darren's dick. And I'm like, okay, you saw the proof, right? And but I asked for the proof. You're going to make jokes like this instead of showing the proof and ending the conversation. Well, I can tell you, sir, you don't have any because you have to throw insult at me. And these same trolls bother this other girl on another live stream. Her name is Mary Grace because she got with this black dude named Tony. And all of them kept bugging her and asking her, how big is Tony? You know, how big his dick is and everything. And it's like,
oh my God.
it seems like they're more hooked up on people's dicks than I am.
Like,
I didn't say yeah, I didn't say anything about dick size. I was just saying, if you want me to believe your story, I want to see proof. If you don't, I'm not going to believe a thing you say. That's anybody with half a brain would be like that. I'm like, I'm not going to believe what you tell me. I don't even know you people. And most of them I know because they troll other channels. And I took them all on and I beat them all. That's why they don't mess with me. And if any of them are in here now or going to hear this later on, yeah, come on. I kind of miss that. And I'll tell them again. I got to whip y'all's ass again. Because I took all them trolls on and I beat them all.
That's good. I mean, there are a lot of trolls in my friends' chat. She don't know why. I'm like, what'd you do? You got all these people coming in here with different names. I was like, what the heck is going on?
Because, you know, my education is pretty hefty. I got a good education. And to get the education that I have, you can't be a dumbass. And they expected that of me. I'm like, dude, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Wait, my son's kicking in. So how long are you is the drive? Where are you headed to?
Hidalgo, Texas. It's north of McAllen, at the very southern tip of Texas, down by the Rio Grande. I'll be like 10 miles to the Mexican border.
JL said absolutely yes. I weak signal. Now I am here and quarter Q8.
Guitar.
JL relationship with Darren is ended 1 year ago.
Yeah, it's pronounced guitar.
Listening to you both. Okay, JL, take care of yourself. It was very nice meeting you, ma'am.
You know, like the instrument guitar, it's pronounced guitar, but with a Q.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she said that I will be done listening to you both.
But I honestly went to Honeyco's earlier live streams when she started all this crap and tried to talk to her. And this idiot named KC comes up and totally interrupts the whole thing. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. I'm not talking to you. I'm trying to explain this to Honeyco. He wanted to keep interrupting. And I said, look, Honeyco, if you're interested in knowing my side of the story and what I know and what I was shown, I'll talk to you later. But I did not want to talk to this idiot. Come to find out that person KC is a pig himself. He tried calling me a pig. I'm like, you're a pig, asshole. Why he is? Because he's been to prison because he attacked an 80-year-old senior lady in her own freaking house.
Oh my God!
To me, that's a pig.
Is that the one? Is that
he went to jail for?
He assaulted the 80-year-old woman.
Yep, KC.
Oh my God!
And people want to be friends with somebody like that? No, thank you.
Oh no! I heard about that on the news. I was like, what person in the right mind will break into an 80-year-old woman's house and assault her sexually?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was sexual, but they assaulted her. I don't know if it was sexual or whatever.
I saw on the news That's what this person did. Not
Yeah, he
saying
went.
that it's him, but
Yeah,
that's why I was asking you.
yeah, he went to the clink, and a lot of people that I thought might have been good friends um, are actually not.
Oh wow.
And Mike G is one of those, and that's where some of the trolls go to now, to Mike G's channel. I thought Mike G was a legitimate dude, but I guess not.
It's crazy.
Because Mike G said some off the wall things about me, and I don't care. I let them do that in front of the Filipinas because the
Hmm.
Filipinas will see that. It can ruin you socially if you do certain things like that. Talk about somebody. Like one night, it was on somebody's live stream. I think it was Darren's or
Yeah.
Sammy's, and there was a lot of
Okay.
people in there. And I was driving. You saw me driving, and I was in Pennsylvania. I remember it well. He said, "Wouldn't it be funny if Sean hit a deer?" And I'm thinking, he's a trucker himself, and you think that would be funny?
Why would he kill an animal? Like for real? Nah, man.
Yeah, I don't think
I'll be like, will it be funny if I run you over?
Yeah, because yeah, that would do a lot of damage to my truck. Insurance would cover it, but I'll tell you this: I'll run right over their hairy ass because you can easily wreck your truck. It's better to have an incident than an accident. You hit that damn deer because the insurance will cover everything that happens. But if you try to duck the deer and wreck your truck, you have no proof that there was a deer there that you dodged. So you pay for it all.
Wow.
That's why if anybody, animal comes in front of my truck, I'll run right over their hairy ass. I will not duck it
Oh,
because I need to have an incident rather than an accident. And these trucks do not stop on a dime like a car can. And you can't yank the wheel like you do in a car and stay upright. In these, you yank that wheel, you take a risk of flipping the truck. And you can do it very easily.
damn.
And my truck alone, just the truck, not the trailer, is $150,000 by itself.
Mm-mm.
And yes, it's paid for. I got my title over 2 years ago. On the 10th, it's been 2 years since I paid off my truck and I got the title.
Congratulations.
Oh, I've been enjoying it. Yeah. My only expense is fuel and my permits once a year. Other than that, I bank money.
Well,
That's another thing I told the trolls. I said, "You see my screen? Every mile, every 60 seconds, I'm making whatever it is. Usually, it's between 250 up to $5 and $6 a mile, which is every 60 seconds." I said, "Every 60 seconds, I'm getting paid. What about you? Are you getting paid just sitting there talking
no,
talking trash about me? You're not getting paid. I am."
no, I'm not getting paid at all.
Well, I'm not saying you. I was talking to the
Listening to
trolls.
shit. Hmm. I mean, like, it was fun and everything at first, but I haven't been live in a while.
Hey, thank you for coming, JL. Don't be a stranger. Come to Darren's live streams on Friday and Saturday nights, 10 o'clock Eastern United States time. I don't know what that would
Oh,
be in your time, though.
tell her about the Halloween costume.
Yeah,
JL, hold on.
JL, the
Go ahead.
Halloween costume contest, it's going to be on Darren's live stream. I'm sponsoring it again. It's the second annual Murad Halloween costume contest. Lots of prize money. It's going to be 10 o'clock on a Friday on the 28th. Or actually, it's going to be Friday night on the 27th for the United States, but it's the morning of the 28th for you guys, for the Filipinas. But I don't know what time that would be in your time zone, though. But you go to Darren's channel, you'll see
It's
the
gonna be at
thumbnail
10
there.
p.m.
I believe 10 p.m. our time,
So it's their
Buddha.
10 a.m. their time.
Yes. But I don't know about JL's time because she's in a totally different time zone.
Oh,
But you'll
where's
see
she?
Yeah, she'll see the thumbnail there when she goes to Darren's live channel because he put the link down already and the thumbnail.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of ordering what I've always wanted to order, the hacker face, the
Uh huh.
hacker mask.
But I do know this. So far, we're gonna have Wonder Woman. We're gonna have the Suicide Squad version of Harley Quinn,
Okay, so
and we're
they're trying to be sexy then.
well, a lot of the girls are gonna do that, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm not. All my judges are not male. There's also going to be a naughty nurse
Oh wow.
that I know of so far. I don't know what everybody else is doing. Buddha, take control. I got to go in and take a 10-100 and get a coffee. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. JL said good sleep time. God bless. Always, Sean. Cake, no eat meat day with cherry on top and more. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Good night, JL. I guess he didn't hear me. He stepped out to go get coffee, which is what I need because my sleeping pill kicked in. My time now is 11:51 evening. Oh, where are you located? If you don't mind me asking. Are you in Canada? No, because then you would be the same time as me. I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like real sleepy. Like I said, the medicine's kicking in. I saw him, Sean live, so I was like, oh, let me go, talk to him, see what's up, see how he's doing, cause I had messaged him, but he didn't answer back. So I just wanted to see if everything was good and all, and yeah, he's doing good, which I'm glad. Hey, Robert, you wanna come up here? Cause I'm falling asleep. And Sean needs someone to talk to. You want me to drop the link? Or you're busy? It's been a while, Robert. I'm trying to stay awake. I just put a whole bunch of gum in my mouth. Thank you, Robert. I'm trying. I want to sleep like around. Let me see. I got off my friend's live like around. I thought it was 2. My friend said no, it was 3. So she said I only no. I think what happened was I got off at 2, but when I laid in bed, I didn't go to bed till about 3. So technically, I only had 1 hour because that's 4, and then 5 a.m. I wake up to wake up my mother for her job because Alexa's been tripping. Oh, okay. I usually get the shots, but it wasn't helping me much. So And then my dad was like, no, stop, getting them so much because they deteriorate the bone. My mom found out medically. So I said, okay, whatever. So I just deal with the pain. Other than that, I usually have herb, but I don't have none. So I'm trying to, like, not doing it. So, but how have you been, Robert? Robert, when are you opening your channel for Tagalog? Because I want to learn Tagalog. Are you still doing that? Or are you gonna wait? Oh, how's your daughter? I know you can't write because you're probably at the doctor's. What are you barking at? Like, seriously, this dog barks at everything. Okay, I don't see nobody outside. So stop. Nobody's outside. Stop. Sean? Hold on, that might be. Yeah, the live ended that I was watching, so I went to that, like those back nice, beautiful autumn season for Halloween. They play the fireplace. You hear the fire. So thank you very much, Jail. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming. Cake no eat meat day with cherry on top and more. Does anyone want to come up? Just let me know. Hmm. No, I can't right now. I'm gonna shut up. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Robert. I just remembered. You can't. And I wouldn't think you can't come up because you're getting a shot. So that's why I was like, oh, you're getting a shot. That's all right. I'm so tired. What is that? Oh, it's my neighbor. That reminds me. I have to take a message. My friend. And find out. Hey, Sean, you back? I hear him.
Yeah, I had to put my headset back on. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. Robert, JL are still down in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Someone came in. A cake no eat meat day with cherry on top and more.
Never heard of them.
Mm. But they have a channel. Yeah, they have a channel though. So it's not a troll.
Yeah, the
Okay.
trolls really the classic trolls. They don't mess with me anymore
No,
because they know that whatever they say is going to bounce off me and smack them in the face.
that's good. You know.
Yeah, they tried. One of them tried to turn me into YouTube because I had threatened
What?
somebody, and I was like, okay,
Man,
um,
you two
you
don't know
threatened.
shit.
Yeah, this person threatened me, and what do they expect in return? A dozen roses? No, they're going to get the shit thrown right back at them. I said, you shit in my hand. I'm going to take that hand and smack you across the face with it. I told them, I said, I'm not afraid to come stepping out of the truck and come out from behind the computer. I'm not afraid one bit because that's my idea of a good time.
Oh, wow.
I hate violence, but if I got to revert back to that, I will.
Um, I feel you.
I mean, I treat people on how they treat me. I even asked them, what do you expect in return? A dozen roses? That ain't going to happen. You give shit, you're going to get back a heap of shit.
You know.
But most of my trolls consist of a few idiots from Australia. I think there's like one of them, there are one or two of them from America, and then there's one from Canada. And I don't even know him from Adam. I've never met him before. I'm like, douchebag, who are you? I don't even know who you are. You're talking shit about me? And then somebody, anonymous, came
Yeah.
forward and told me that story about what he did. And it's like, really? They want to talk to and be friends with somebody like that? Nah. No, I don't like people that are cowards that attack 80-year-old women in their own house. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Wow. That is. I'm surprised he didn't get smacked with elderly abuse.
Well, he went to prison for that.
Oh, so he did. Okay.
Yeah, he went to the pokey. Yeah. That's what I told him. I said, and you're talking to women from the Philippines and you expect to be let on over there? That's not going to happen. You as a ex-con, you'll never get a passport. I don't care what you say. You'll never get a passport if you're an ex-con.
Why you won't get a passport?
You got anything on your record like that, you're never going to get a passport. They won't issue you one because
Wait,
other countries do not want criminals traveling to their country.
you gotta be kidding me.
Nope. And if you are, uh, and if you have a passport when you're a criminal, your passport gets revoked.
So there's no point in me applying for a passport then.
What is on your record?
I took a bribe from a lady who
How long
was my mother's
did,
age.
did you go to
And
prison?
no, I did county. I got probation,
Well, you might be
and
able because you weren't in prison for it. You
it
can
was in
apply.
2002.
Yeah, you can apply and see what happens. I don't think that they would prevent you from getting a passport because it wasn't prison that you went to. You went to prison might be a different story, but
Oh,
I know
wow.
Canada is really strict on it. You need a passport to get in the country, and if you got anything on your record, they're not going to let you in. That's why I wish Darren was here.
Wow. I don't know how would I find that out before
Yeah,
applying and
that's why
wasting my money.
I got a clean record because I got a passport. I go to Canada with loads, no problem.
Well, if I had a clean record, I would be an officer right now.
Well, the proof's in the pudding with me. If I was an
Serious
ex-convict, I
cop.
wouldn't have a passport.
Yeah. Because the judge was like, okay, the charge is elderly abuse. I'm like, elderly abuse? I'm like, what the hell is that? I didn't abuse her. I didn't hit her. I didn't do anything. And he's like, I know, but that's the only thing we have. I said, y'all need to change your laws and charges because that right there is messed up. Because I don't know how accepting a bribe is elderly abuse.
Yeah,
Like
that's kind of weird.
seriously. Like seriously. How is that? I told him and then my attorney was like, shh. And I was like, whatever, man. Like seriously. He was like you lose your what did he say? I lose my voting rights. I was like, okay, I don't want to vote anyways. And then he said you lose your license and you lost your career. But the good thing was on my sentencing day, she came to the court to tell the judge that I did not threaten her at all. I never ever threatened her. I never laid a hand on her. If anything, I she would call me and I would work off duty at Publix and I would pick items up at Publix and go and drop them off for her.
Hmm.
So the judge was like, okay. So the judge was like, I left it in the what do you call it? You open plea. I open pled
Hmm.
and I left it up to the judge.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Why is it okay to legally take a bribe in the public sector, but not the shit? And but it's not okay to take a bribe in the public sector. Like our
They got
politicians can take millions of dollars in bribes.
we you know how you first before going to court taking a trial, you sit down with the state prosecutor and everything to discuss
Hmm.
your charges and they offer you. He offered me
A, pl- a plea
48
bargain. Yeah.
years. Yeah, he offered me 48 years in prison, followed by 10 years for. I said, no, 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 no. You acting like I don't murder someone. I might as well go outside and kill someone then. I said, no, no. I said, you know what? I take my chances in court. And I said, F you. And I told my lawyer, let's go, man. I'm done with this
Hmm.
because they're treating me like a terrible, horrible person, but they don't understand that I was not. We became friends. I caught her shoplifting 4 times out of the 4 times. On the fifth time, I had no choice but to take her in because the Publix manager saw her. So I couldn't let her just slide and go through. I had to I was off duty and basically if I didn't take her, back there and in, then the manager be like, what the hell? So I didn't want no
Hmm.
problems. I was just like, whatever, man. So then she was back there, she was talking, and then she was crying. I was like, you don't need to cry. I was like, all you're gonna do is be banned from the store. You can never ever come back. And she was like, never. I said, no, never. You can never come back on the premises. And
Or
then
any other branches. Like if it was Kroger, you're banned throughout the entire country
oh
from
no,
any Kroger.
yeah, this was just that Publix. She was like, can I go to a different I said, yeah, because what they're gonna do is take a photo of you and we're gonna pin it on the board here. like all the other photos I showed her, and you
Hmm.
just have to pay a small fine to them. They'll mail you something in the mail. And I said, other than that, I have to take you in. And then she was like, no, 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 I'm from New York. I'm from New York. I'm on vacation. Please. I was like, I can't because the manager already saw you. And she was like, but why do you have to take me in? I was like, because this is your fifth time. I
The
already told
procedure.
you and warned you if you needed anything to just call me or text me. And she was like, but I didn't know. And I was like, what do you mean you didn't know? I told you many times. Through all the other 4 times I caught you. And I had to walk you out so they wouldn't think anything. And I was like, I was jeopardizing my career,
Hmm.
let alone dealing with you. And then she was like, oh, she was like, I'm sorry, it's just, I'm from New York and I don't want to go to jail. And all this, she started crying, everything. She was like, I'll give you 40,000 cash right now. I said, excuse me?
$40,000
Yes,
cash.
yes. I was like, excuse me? She said 40,000 cash. I said, yeah, okay, And I kept writing the paper. She's like, no, I'm serious. I said, yeah, okay, And then I was right. I was
Did
like,
she ever
I'm not
show you
interested.
40,000 in cash?
Yes, because she was like, it's at the house. I have to go pick it up, and I
Did
have 20,000 on me. And tomorrow morning, we can go to the bank and get the other 20,000.
Okay, the cash, okay?
Uh
Is
huh.
there any does anybody have proof or witnesses that she had showed you $40,000 in cash?
Yeah, but they all fled. When
Yeah,
I
see, they
got
didn't have.
arrested, they all fled. They all got
If they,
scared and thought I was gonna talk and turn them in, which I wasn't. I
yeah, but they can't
I
prove it.
promise.
How did they prove that to the judge that you were offered $40,000 cash and you took it?
Because she came in. Oh, because I was seen on the bank camera the second time. Because she only had 20,000 cash in the house, and she said tomorrow morning we can go together to the bank. So I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. Just like I told the cop, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. The lady offered me 40,000. I went to get the 40,000. That's it.
But in the bank camera, did it show that they were handing that you were being handed this cash?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
that's the
no, 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 it didn't. No.
yeah. If there's no proof, tangible proof beyond the shadow of a doubt, they have no proof that you
Well,
were given $40,000 in cash.
that's what they charged me with. I just turned 20, and yeah, I threw away my whole life
Yeah, judges that
for
doing
some
their
fucking
job
bullshit.
effectively and correctly, they have to have tangible proof. They cannot go by testimony. Testimony is hearsay
Yeah, the
unless the
judge was
person
going
admit
by
it.
what the prosecutor was saying and everything. And then he showed me the pictures of the bank and everything. And he was like, did you do this? Did you take the money? I was like, what do you mean, did I take the money? She handed me the money. I
Okay,
didn't
then
take the
that's
money.
their proof. You admitted it. If
Oh,
you hadn't admitted it and they don't have tangible proof you're being handed money, that's circumstantial. They don't have proof that you got that 40,000, but you admitted it, and that was the nail in your coffin there.
yeah. See, I was new. I was new to the force, and
Well, your
I was
defense
new.
attorney should have told you that.
No, he didn't tell me.
But I would be lenient as a judge because you admitted it.
Yeah, I told the judge my open plea. I told him, look, I understand what I did was wrong by accepting the bribe, but I did not. I promise, I swear to you on my heart, in my heart, on my life, that I did not threaten her at all. I have her number on my
But
phone where she can call me, and I have calls, I have text messages from her
yeah,
asking me to get this and that from her for her from my job.
it's
When I work
believable
off
about the
duty.
shoplifting. It's
Uh-huh.
believable with the shoplifting because history has shown a lot of people that shoplift
Yeah.
have plenty of money to be able to pay for it. And I'm surprised that that didn't come up. I mean, she had gave you 40,000 cash. Why shouldn't she pay for it? That's because there are some people that are rich. They just do it for the thrill of it.
Yeah, they were too busy going after me. It was Broward County. What do you expect? I heard Broward County is like the worst. They were telling me that's the worst you could ever commit a
Yep,
crime. That's the worst you
that
could get
and Dade.
arrested in. You're going to jail. I was like, and they were telling me you're going to prison. I was like, do I know you? No. Okay, so be quiet. Cause they all saw me on the news.
That's ridiculous. I would have been like, "Hey, yo, what's up, everybody?"
I was sleeping and they were all watching the news and they were like, Shorty, Shorty, you're on the news, you're on the news. I said, what? I jumped off the bar, the deputy, she turns off the TV. I'm like, turn it back on. She's like, we can't allow other inmates to see what you did. I'm like, I didn't do nothing bad. I want to see.
Hey, you didn't hurt anybody. You were just offered a bribe for money. Nothing, anything different that our people in politics do. They take bribes out the ass, and we're talking millions of dollars. But they
Yeah,
don't go to jail for that shit.
yeah.
Why is it okay for them to do the shit, but not in the private sector or in the private sector?
Right, okay. The doctor my mom works for at the eye center, he didn't lose his medical license. You believe this shit? This man stole over $1 million, did some kind of scam with the different insurances, and he stole over $1 million. They couldn't find it. He served 5 years or six in federal prison, and when he got out, he opened his own practice again.
But it would be different if it was like a malpractice case. Then they would have pulled his license, but it had nothing to do with malpractice. Is why they didn't do that.
What's malpractice again?
Where he's operating or subscribing people medicine and it had negative effect and something happened to a patient.
Oh no.
Yeah, malpractice, that's different. But like if a driver or like a doctor, you know, um, has tried to steal some groceries out of a grocery store and goes to jail for it, they won't pull his medical license because that had nothing to do with what he does for a living. It'd be stupid, but
But my mom told me what he did was very big.
well, if he was stealing, money or
From the
materials,
different insurance companies, like people will come in
yeah,
with
that's that.
Medicaid, Medicare,
Yeah,
then
that's a
he'll do
fraud
social
case.
security
That
number.
that has nothing to do with taking care of people medically. That's a money laundering or fraud case.
But he's a convicted felon, so how can you not lose your license?
Because it had nothing to do with his profession.
I told my mom, how the F? I lost
He
my license and I was only 20 years old.
Yeah, his had to deal with money and fraud.
Yeah, I told her, you know what, I might as well go talk to him. How did he do this? How did he do that? So I can just go to federal prison, sit 5 years, and come out a millionaire. Shit. Because you know he has that money.
Hmm.
I mean, he has a lot of resources. We're talking about New York. We're talking about a lot of people all over. He has a lot of resources.
Yeah, if he sounds like he's a self-employed MD, so yeah,
Yeah.
they can't pull his license because he owns his own business and he's a medical
Yeah,
doctor. It had
he
nothing to do.
does. Yes.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with like because they took your job away from you because your employer was going to fire you because you're going to be a felon now. He has no employer. That's why he doesn't lose his job because he's self-employed.
Oh wow.
And he doesn't lose his license because it had nothing to do with the medical field. It had to do with money and fraud.
Wow.
Now,
I
if
don't
if
think
there was some
that's fair.
patients, yeah, if there was some patients that you know something happened to him, he prescribed the wrong medicine on purpose and showed negligence, then that's malpractice. Now that's different. He can get his license pulled for that.
He made a man go blind. His pressure in his eye went so high. My mom ended up seeing him, and he tells my mom that the doctor Mendelson, that Dr. Mendelson prescribed him eye drops. Hi, Ryan Stennard.
Hi, Ryan. Yeah,
He's in
he's
the
English.
background. He's in the
He's
background. I said,
he's British. Hello,
"Oh, okay."
matey. I like to see my UK mates come on in.
So,
Drop the link again for me.
okay.
Well, I think I got Ryan. I got him right here. Hi, Ryan.
Like, can you hear me?
Yeah, what you doing, matey?
No, I don't. I don't know what's
Uh,
happening, but it says that I'm not on the chat. Well, in the thing, but
hmm But
hey,
Buddha, this is Ryan. His grandparents live on Hilton Head Island, and he's going to be
oh,
coming here soon.
oh,
give me
okay.
a second.
I think he's got family in North Carolina too.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Yeah, I only started this live stream because I was going by the Texas Chainsaw House and the interstate portion where they filmed Fast and Furious 8. I know it because I was there, stuck on that highway, and stopped dead for 3 hours. And everybody
Mm.
didn't know what was going on until we started moving. He goes, "They're filming a freaking movie." I'm like, "Well, what movie?" And we don't know. It's got the letter 8 on it, and it's slanted like the logo. And I said, "This is for Fast and Furious 8." I thought they weren't going to make any more because that dude died in a car accident.
Yeah, Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, we lost Ryan.
No.
Damn.
Oh,
Ryan's
he
a great
said,
guy.
I'm in the background, Sean. Some technical difficulties. 1 second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd like to see Jerry Boy and Mimi and all them. I know it's getting late over there. I think add 5 hours to our time. Yeah, it's almost 10:30 there in the UK at night,
Uh,
and it's a Sunday, so everybody's got to go to work in the morning.
well, if he's coming back, I'm gonna drop back down to the chat because this Benadryl's kicking in.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And I don't,
I'll give it a minute or two, and I'm probably going to end it. I've been going for almost 3 hours. Wow.
yeah, because I went to bed at 2 in the morning, woke up at 5. Then I woke up at 6:30, and I said, "No, I forget it." It's man, because a man is supposed to be coming at 7 a.m. to buy my Buddha and a Chinese temple, like a little statue of concrete. So he came at 8. I was like, you know what, y'all men make me sick. Y'all can't tell me exactly what time you're coming.
I got Ryan. He's back.
There we go. Finally.
Hey.
Yeah, meet Buddha. Buddha is a great person, although I haven't seen her in a while. She comes around though.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I just told her you got grandparents that live on Hilton Head Island. She lives in Florida currently.
Oh,
You
so
got
you're not
family that
sure.
live. Yeah, you got family that's in North Carolina too, right?
No, just south.
Oh, okay.
Well, my cousin, she's in DC.
When you coming over for a lengthy amount of time?
April.
Oh, April.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, at least you're coming over when it's warm or warmer.
No, well, it's got to be warmer now than here. It's like 33 degrees here, Sean. It's horrible.
Oh, how lovely! Oh my God.
That's Celsius.
No,
Buddha.
Fahrenheit.
Oh, you gave the Fahrenheit.
Celsius.
I only use Fahrenheit.
Well, I thought the Brits used the metric system and it's Celsius.
Okay, so it's cold.
Sean, don't forget, I'm not actually. That's what gives me the ick. People forget I live in England, but I'm not actually English. Don't forget.
Uh-huh. You sound like it though.
Yeah, you do.
Because I've lived here 18 damn years at my 20.
Oh, well, there you go.
Mm-hmm. But trust me, when I go over to South Carolina, when I come back 3 weeks later, I sound like a South Carolinian.
Yeah, I lived there for I think 8 years. I finished my last 2 years of high school there in South Carolina. That's why I can do the accent like Stomp Thurman. I went to his high. I went to his high school. I met the Senator Stomp Thurman. He said, "Sean, that was a brilliant tackle." He said, "This game, bring me the ball," and I did. There was a fumble. I recovered it. I jumped the fence and ran up to the senator and handed him the ball. Everybody was wondering, "What the hell is he doing?" I said, "The senator asked me for the ball. I gave it to him." But what the kicker is, Buddha, we went to the state champion, undefeated, to the state championship game there in Columbia and lost to Hilton Head by a field goal, which is where his grandparents live.
Oh, wow.
But Hilton Head was tough, man. They had a tough football team.
Well, the photo on my avatar is me in Hilton Head, so there you go. But yeah, no, it's starting to cool off there. I think it's averaging about 70 degrees there at the minute, and that's
every snap of the ball, every play, you heard the plastic popping out there hard. It was like a car accident every play. We were hitting each other hard. That's why people were going, ooh, ah. Yeah. You heard the plastic popping, and you're like, man, that had to hurt.
No, well, I mean, I just received a newspaper from 7 years ago this morning from Hilton Head, from Hurricane Matthew.
Are they all right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Hurricane Matthew was 2016.
Well, I know there one that just went through recently, like a week or two ago.
Idalia, which hit...
Or no, that missed. That hit up there in Maine and hit Canada.
Idalia, yeah, was the one in Florida in Perry, which was the one which took my friend. But
because when I was in,
sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, when I was in Pennsylvania last week, I was getting hit. I was getting straight by the what they call microburst. It was from the edge of that storm that hit Canada.
Oh, yeah, that's the one which, what was it? Which flooded New York or something. That was bad. Oh.
Yeah, it hit Maine and then hit, the eastern portion of Canada.
Yeah, look at that. When I'm there, like, oh yeah, as soon as I come over and live in the United States next year, because I've got plans to, I'm going to go into Maine because I'll be safe up there.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. You can visit Stephen King's house.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. Well, at the gate, you're not allowed in, but you can take pictures of the gate and everything. It's like, hey, cool.
So I'm gonna jump down to the chat because I gotta feed Destiny.
All right.
Back down.
Thanks for coming though, Buddha.
Oh, you're
But
welcome.
hey, you got to be there for the Halloween costume contest though.
What time?
At least in the chat. 10 o'clock. On the 27th at 10 o'clock at night.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh God, 2 o'clock.
It's like, yeah, it's 3 a.m. for you guys. Jerry Boy's got to be there. I told him get early rest because he's got to wake up at 3 a.m. to join it because he's a judge. I made Jerry Boy a judge.
Oh, that's good. All right, it was nice meeting you, Ryan.
Yes, have a good one.
You guys have a good one too. My
See you
medication
later.
is kicking in. See you later.
See ya. Yeah. I did that so I can promote Jerry Boy's channel really good
Yeah, that's nice.
and start getting more Filipinas in there. Because the only one that would visit him is Alona.
Yeah. So where are you heading then today?
Hidalgo, Texas. It's at the very southern tip,
Yeah.
about 5 to 10 miles to the Rio Grande
Yeah.
Mexican border.
Yeah.
That's why I had to switch back into shorts, man. It's 82 degrees.
Ooh. Well, yeah. Yeah. But then do you know what, you're saying that, but then as soon as you like make your way towards like Amarillo, it's probably only like 60 there. It's been getting cold. I mean, my friend in Ontario woke up this morning, it was like 23 degrees at 8 in the
Jesus.
morning. Yeah, and like it's the same here. It's like 33, but we're talking last week it was 80 here.
Yeah, but 100 degrees in the UK is unheard of.
Which is what we've gotten. We
Yes.
got that 3 times this year, and like I think for 3 weeks in a row last year.
Yeah, that's why I was telling the naysayers about global warming. They don't believe it. I'm like, talk to somebody from the UK. It doesn't get 100 degrees there ever. That's not normal.
And then having it 5 weeks in a row last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a very happy birthday for me. I was miserable. I had heat stroke.
We had a lot of people fall out of heat stroke here this year.
Well, yeah, I could imagine. I mean, Jesus, what was it like?
120?
Yeah, Southern California was like 120 between June and the end of September.
Yeah, for like 2 months straight, I was in 100-degree weather, man. It was awful.
Yeah.
I can handle 80, 90-degree weather, not a problem. When you get over 100, then that becomes an issue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter if you've got high or low humidity. 100 degrees is 100 degrees.
That's what I was saying. They didn't believe me. I told them, I said, it's hotter here than it is in the Philippines.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it does. I mean, like, even like where I want to live in Maine, because I want to be like right at the tip, like Presque Isle, Caribou area.
Yeah.
It can still reach 80, 86, 87 up there.
Yeah, but during the wintertime, you might want to invest in a snowmobile.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Because that's going to be the only means of getting around when the roads are covered.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, that's why I want to move to Maine. Oh, I can't wait.
See, Stephen King lives up there during the spring and summer months. Right about now, he's leaving Maine and move. He lives there, but during the winter, he goes and lives in Sarasota, Florida.
Yeah.
That's why during the wintertime, he's never home up there.
No.
But when the weather's warm, he goes back up to Maine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He lives right outside of Bangor. It's a cool house. I'm just like, can I get it? There's like a person out there, like a butler, and we ask him, hey, can you tell us anything about the next book he's writing? He goes, I'm not allowed to.
No, I think Bangor's about four hours north of where I'm gonna be at. So yeah, I think.
But Stephen King lives a life of like a recluse. I mean, he likes people, but in small bursts.
No, I think the thing that invited me to Maine and like drew me towards Maine is just like the lakes and stuff and like the lake houses and oh my word. Because that's what I wanted to do for my birthday, which just went 2 months ago. I wanted to hire out a lake house and go to Maine for a week, but it was like nearly $1,500 per person for a week.
Uh-huh.
And there was like 10 of us who wanted to go. And that's not including flights. That's not including flights.
Oh yeah, that's expensive.
So it would
But-
have been like $3,000 each.
Yeah, I saw this fan of Stephen King. I wish I could get a T-shirt just like it. It's on the top, the logo. It was just like the TV show. It said Friends, but it had all the main murderous characters sitting around the table. You know, like it. You know, Jack Nicholson as that guy from that other movie he was in, The Shining. And it had all the famous murderers from the Stephen King books all sitting at the table together. And I'm like, you know what? I'd like to see how that would turn out as a reality show. That'd be great.
It would. Oh, dear.
I mean, it was a cool shirt, but I'm like, you know what? When I looked at it, I thought, this would make a good reality show. I'd like to see how that would turn out.
It really would. Oh, dear me.
And it had the woman from Misery, and it had the Cujo dog laying on the floor. I mean, it was great.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, my hand is sore tonight. Whew. Yeah, stupid wrist decided to break on Wednesday.
Yeah, Stephen King has a record that I don't think will ever be broken by another author. He's actually an author, but he out of his books, they made more movies of his books than any other author.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm. No other author has they made movies about their books.
That's crazy.
And hell, man, they made a movie about just about every book Stephen King comes out with. And he cameos in a lot of them too, which is kind of cool.
So do you think Stephen King's the best out of all of them?
Oh yeah, by far. He's got one hell of an imagination. You can imagine the imagination he's got?
Yeah, like, could you imagine, like, just having, like, 1% of his brain? You would, like, oh my, it's like some of the stuff that he comes up with is just like, it's like, you would have to wait your whole entire life to even think of, like, a percentage of what he came up with.
And I have to say, he's one of the more wealthier novelists I know.
Yeah.
Because he gets paid for the movies and the books. Oh yeah, he's pretty wealthy.
Yeah.
And at the front of his house, it's cool. The gate in the front of his house where everybody's at, it looks like it was from the cartoon Scooby-Doo. It's a metal spike gate with 2 gargoyles, one on each side. It was really cool.
I'm going to search it up quickly. Is this in Maine?
Yeah. His house right outside of Bangor.
Yeah.
And he loves baseball because he sponsored and had built the where the Little League World Series for the bigs. Now there's different levels. The one that's popular is the majors, which is the 12 and 13-year-olds that play in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. But there's also the 17 and 18-year-olds, which is the last years that they can play Little League. That's called bigs. That World Series is held up in Bangor, Maine, and Stephen King had the field and everything built. That's why they call it King Diamond. And he's always there, too. He sponsors it because he loves baseball.
Wow.
You wouldn't think that. Yeah. Not too many people know that.
Yeah, his house, it's really nice, but it's like, it looks really thin.
Yeah, if memory serves me, he's a Red Sox fan.
Red Sox, who I forgot. I'm having a blank moment.
Boston Red Sox.
Boston, yeah. As soon as I heard you say B, I was then like Boston. Yeah.
Or the way they say it up there, Boston.
Boston.
Yep, and in New York, it's Boston.
Boston. No, do you know what? That's the one. You know the movie Ted.
I've never seen it.
Oh, have you never?
Nope.
You know that you heard of it? That animated teddy bear.
Well, I've seen the video because I think my kids have seen it,
Yeah,
but
because
I
there's
haven't
a,
seen it.
yeah, there's a scene. There's a scene in the movie, and he's there like, "Have you ever heard a woman from Massachusetts having an orgasm? Oh yeah, horror."
Oh my God!
That's the one movie. That's the one quote of the movie which I will never be able to get out of my head. It was. So,
Hey, do you know Jerry Boy's going to do a live stream here real soon, or it's too late for him?
he's doing a live stream right now, actually.
He is. Let's go over there. Let's go over there and do
Okay,
it.
then.
All
Okay,
right.
then.
Hey,
All right.
everybody, thanks for joining me. I'll see y'all later. Going to Jerry
bit.
Boy. See ya.